Visa debit card, you're getting up to 0.5% cash back on all of your sportsbook, daily fantasy site, and casino transactions. That's free money back in your pocket just for doing what you're already doing. It's a no-brainer. Plus, your Edge Boost debit card starts with a $250,000 daily limit, and it will never be declined for gambling activity. They've got built-in tools to help you stay responsible, and there's absolutely no hidden fees or minimum required balances. So stop leaving money on the table. Visit edgeboost.bet to learn more and sign up today. That's edgeboost.bet. Once again, edgeboost.bet.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Terms and conditions apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harman Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmansolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call. 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmansolar.com.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring.
This ought to get pretty wild here.
Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. The best-in-class fan experience meets racing's toughest drivers for 3 days of action on and off the track, all surrounded by the beautiful Estrella Mountains. NASCAR weekend at Phoenix Raceway, March 7th through the 9th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
The Renaissance Festival is back. Weekends now through March 30th. Hubba, hubba, huzzah! Huzzah! Great shopping. A giant crafts market. You'll love the Renaissance Festival with your favorite shows. Be ready to have a great time. And don't be afraid to participate. Huzzah! Jousting nights. Huzzah! Silly fun for the entire family. Huzzah! Happiness reigns at the Renaissance Festival. Huzzah! Lots of new shows, non-stop feasting. Leave your cares behind. It's fun and affordable. You'll adore the Renaissance Festival. Weekends now through March 30th. Discount tickets available at Bashas' and Food City or online at arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashas', Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
You can always save on Renaissance Festival admission with discount tickets at Bashas' and Food City stores statewide. Huzzah!
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting at K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
It's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. And for the last time ever on American radio, Keon Rose. I say ever. He'll never be on radio again, ever in his lifetime.
Well,
Today is the final day of his radio career. You don't quit Blender. And there's nothing else. I mean, once you've done this,
I've reached the pinnacle. Is really what it is.
there's nothing else for you to do.
Can't really go higher than this.
Yeah,
This is the top.
And if we catch you cheating on us, it's not going to go well for you. I'm just saying. That's right. Whoa, God dang it.
Oh,
I'm having that issue right
Yep.
now. Are we okay? Or is it crack-a-lacking?
No, we're good.
All right, I'll just go with it. So yes, Keon Rose, today is his last day because he's like, whatever, I'll quit on a Wednesday. And so he's going on to do something else. Don't ask. Did you tell them on the other show?
No.
Yeah, it's none of your business.
No.
But he's making, he's making a boatload of money. That's all you need to know. He's making a boatload of money, and it's just one of those things. And then, listen, how long you been here, Keon? Not counting today.
Since late summer of 2021.
That makes it almost 4 years, 3 years, 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Randy, is that the longest we've had somebody, or is that about par for the course?
It's about par for the course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
No
seemed
records were
longer
broken.
with that other guy because I didn't like him.
Yeah.
So we like Keon. And Keon's probably is the smartest sports guy I think we've ever had on the show. He's the smartest sports guy we've ever had on the show. And for a while, I've been meaning to put an end to that. So it's probably a good idea.
You've gotten close more than a couple times.
So yes, it is true. Keon is leaving. He wasn't a short timer. 3.5 years ain't bad. Almost three quarters. I don't know. We don't do math here. It's not a math thing.
I refuse to count.
Yeah. Well, why would you do that? You guys talked about it in the last hour. So I don't need to explain anything now, do I?
I don't think so.
Keon's leaving because he's tired of your crap, Donnie.
And it's got nothing to do with Donnie. I'm doing it for her, and by her I mean my car. It needs all the help in the world, and I need money to do that.
Keon's leaving because the Fourth Dimension didn't believe enough.
My car doesn't have a bumper. That's the reason why I'm going. It doesn't have a bumper. I can't afford to fix it.
If I'd known that was the thing, I'd have bought you a bumper.
I mean, I'm being a little hyperbolic. There's many things wrong with that car. The
Randy,
bumper is
hyperbolic. You might just type that in.
Okay.
Just type that in.
I'll look that up on dictionary. Thank you.
Yeah.
The bumper wasn't the only reason. There are just many other things going on. I'm underselling it a lot. I just need to.
He's tired of our crap mostly.
Yep.
He's tired of trying to talk serious sports, and then we do this.
It's got nothing to do with that.
It has everything to do with it.
No,
you don't understand. Once you walk out the door, that's the story we're going with.
Okay, and that's fair. But I'm just as
sick and tired of us, just like everybody else has.
I have the main thing with the blender that we all believe in here, which is that we'll do anything for more money, and that is what I am doing.
No, it's true.
Money.
Yeah, we would sell out in a moment.
Sorry, are you becoming an astronaut? What the hell are you doing?
I've got bills to pay, man. Got lots of bills to pay. No, I'm not going to become an astronaut anytime soon because that requires counting, and I can't do that. I'm not good at it.
All right.
I've gotten through enough of my life without counting. I'm not going to start now.
Lifeguard, because summer pools coming. You're going to be a lifeguard.
That's true. I don't know. Is it? Does that pay well?
I swear to bleep, if I am driving in the car tomorrow and I hear Rockin' Manooch and Keon, I'm going to whoop somebody's ass.
You're not gonna.
Why would you be listening to that show?
That's also a good point.
That's good.
I don't need that much sleep. I mean, that's a.
Somebody on the text line would have to let you know. I wouldn't.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, you wouldn't be listening. I don't think.
No, not a chance. All right. Well, the people on the text line, they want their pound of Keon flesh. So they come.
Here we go.
Woos says, "Hey guys, what? Keon's leaving? Good for him, but not so good for us. Best of luck, Keon." Now, listen, I'm not here to minimize Keon's contributions to the show, but we're going to find another guy. I mean, that's just how it works. That's how we found Keon. We found another guy.
I was another guy. You'll find another guy.
And before that. And before that. And that's just the way it works. Maybe this next guy won't be as smart as Keon. Maybe this guy will be smarter than Keon. That's the thing. It's part of the discovery. We'd have no idea what's ahead of us. But you still have me. You still have Randy.
Hi.
Yeah, I think I'm going to leave too. I think I'm going to quit today too. Randy, I think I might.
So you still have Randy.
Me 3.
This is your 3-hour notice. I'm leaving.
Okay, 3-hour notice. Well, you are independently wealthy. You can do it.
I've always told people it's the same thing. It's like, they don't have to give us notice to fire us. Why do we have to give notice to quit? Oh,
I've never
because
understood
it's the
that.
right thing to do. Well, why is it the right thing to just be able to fire somebody out of nowhere? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Although, since I'm on this end of it, I do appreciate what notice we did get.
Mhm.
So here's what's going to happen. From here out, Filthy Phil, oh, God, he's going to be back filling in until we get our new guy. And as we did with Keon, remember back 3.5 years ago, we ended up having, a bunch of guys try out. They would come on the show. Some we'd have for 3 hours, some we'd have for 1 hour, just depending on how it went. And then we'll all find out together who the next guy is going to be. But there'll be another guy. We don't like this. We are against this. But Keon made it clear we had no say in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. This was not my first option either.
We were not given any opportunity to even negotiate. This was kind of like the Luka trade. Just happened. Boom, there it is. Oh, okay. I guess this is happening. So
yeah, yeah.
Don't give me any garbage for not trying to keep him here. That's all I'm saying.
Yep, that's true.
Magnificent Mr. Mormon says, damn, President Trump's DEI cuts have made it all the way to CRC broadcasting. I'm sorry, Keon. I'm against this.
I am the one who chose to step away. So you don't have to throw CRC under the bus.
Moldy Tuna Fish says, no 2 weeks notice? Well, you guys didn't get any notice. We did. We've known about this.
I didn't call this morning, and then
yeah, don't expect to use the blender as a reference. He can totally use this. He won't. He didn't. I got no phone calls. I feel like that was on purpose. Let's see. King Kitten says, "Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Keon."
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna miss you guys.
He's basically saying it is so.
It is so. I can't say that.
Donnie, the least enjoyable part of the blender, says, wow, the most enjoyable part of the blender is leaving. Good luck, Keon.
Thanks, Donnie.
Bat Flipper says, unacceptable. Good luck, Keon. Porque, Keon. That means why in Spanish.
Yeah.
I think.
Money.
Well, there you go. Golden Domer says, so basically what you're saying is the guy standing on the corner makes more money than Radio Ron's full-time employees.
No.
We're saying they make way more. Bullseye says, I just said yesterday that Radio Ron needs to buy Keon a new car. Now here we are. Thanks a lot, Radio Ron, for losing Keon to those guys down the dial.
Radio Ron. And I'm not going down the dial.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, give the man a raise, Jeffrey. Well, it's not my department to do that.
it's not his money.
And then they also, Baker's Cocky Hens also thinks Radio Ron should have donated you a car to keep you
here. No, there's just like a lot of things I think financially I'd like to have. And yeah, that's it.
All I hear is blah, 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 blah. I'm leaving F you. That's all I heard.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's all I heard.
I'm sorry. That's what you're hearing.
Devilhawk says, with Keon leaving, will Phil be taking over his spot temporarily? He's only going to be here to help us out because he's basically, you know how Ralph likes to wear leather? Well, he's got a chain and it's attached to Phil. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Phil is going to help graciously help us out until we get our new guy. I don't know who our new guy is going to be. We've got people already on tap to try out and see, how we like them or not. But as everybody knows, Randy and I, back when we ended up with Keon, we high and low, and this was during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
And we would have these Zoom calls with everybody on the planet, just looking for the right person, the right chemistry, the right knowledge set, because this show needs a grown-up, and somebody who actually has a deep sports knowledge. But that also has to be somebody who we like and who fits in. So it'll be a process. It might happen quick. It might take a while. Just depends. So, no, seriously, Phil is doing us a huge favor by keeping the show going while we sort that out.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph from Harmon Solar says, Keon, I'll miss disagreeing with you and arguing with your really bad positions on things. Honestly, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and spending time on the air together. I wish you the absolute best in everything you do. But I didn't find this important enough to actually hook up my equipment, get on the air, and say that to you with my mouth. I added the last part.
I figured you did. I figured you did. And, it's been great working with you too, Ralph. And I hope you keep the Weekend Warriors going. And I hope I hope you continue to grow it and it's successful.
I would have come in and given you a cake, but I am far too famous for that sort of nonsense. I can't be troubled with that. And I'm really just disappointed Randy wasn't able to do that for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Randy
Big
also
George,
famous and can't be troubled with it.
Well, he can totally be troubled. Big George says, Keon, you will be missed. Good luck in your future endeavors. You were great on the show.
Thanks, Big George.
What are we going to call Keon now? Because we have Taylor, Twitter Taylor.
I did wonder that.
Well,
I don't know what we're going to.
Twitter 2.0.
Nah, we got to give something new. I don't know. Bruno Baller says, I'll miss those college sports dance parties. Yeah, we will too.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I didn't listen to a minute.
Yeah, but you did dance a fair amount. And
I did dance.
That's not nothing.
Dancing. The music was thumping, but I'm not that much into college stuff. Silver Pop says, Keon, no, I can change. Give me another chance. Good luck to you, sir.
Silver Pops, it's not you. It's me.
It's us. It's Randy and I, really. Moist One says the Commanders get good, and now you think you're better than us.
Yep,
you can't leave us. You can't leave. I'm so lonely. Moist One, that's a whole nother conversation you can have in private.
Yeah, you're gonna still be that. No matter what happens with me.
You mean
but,
lonely?
Yeah, lonely, yes. Because I'm not here to help you with that particular issue. You will have to talk to a human and convince them to fix that for you. And I have doubts.
Yeah, Moist One, don't leave humans alone.
Yeah.
Radio Ron says Keon's giving up the Fanatic to become a Waymo driver. No, we're saying he's making way more money somewhere else. Waymo doesn't have drivers, so
they do have those test drivers, but
do they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the people who kind of teach the car first.
Is that what you're doing?
No.
Taco Kenny says, well, good luck and many blessings, Keon.
Thank you, Taco Kenny.
He's assuming you're going to sneeze a lot, I guess. Magnificent
really
Norman
getting ahead of it.
Wants to know if you're staying in the valley.
I am staying in the valley. Yeah, I'll be
so
around.
you might run into him out there when he's driving Waymo. I don't think that's something.
I don't think you will definitely not see me doing that. No.
Aiton's Army says this just in. CRC Broadcasting has traded Keon Rose to Arizona Sports for cash considerations and future draft capital. First off, we would never trade with those bastards. That's just something that would never happen.
Just don't trade in the division,
Mostly because we're petty. Devilhawk says, I see. Well, maybe Izzy can come back. He was really good. Or maybe that plagiarizer. I don't know what that is. I don't know what Izzy's on TV. I don't know who the plagiarizer is. Let's leave the dead bodies buried where they're buried. Donnie says, so can I get in the Premier League now since Keon is out? No. You think I'm just going to let an ass nugget in there just to, because there's an empty spot? No, the new guy gets that spot. Well, I feel bad, Keon. You just got back.
Yeah, I just got back and managed to stay.
Are you going to listen to this show? Are you going to listen?
Hell no, he's not going to listen.
Are
you kidding me?
I will try, but
he will never text it.
It's a
you will never hear from him again.
No. It's a 9 to 5 position, so I don't know.
Once he walks out today, we'll never hear or see him again ever.
So here's what I'll do, Donnie. I'm not putting you in Premier League, but I will send Keon wherever you're at. Keon's going to play in your league now. That's his punishment for leaving.
That's
the
my
show.
punishment for leaving. Well, there you have it. There you have it.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, what's the starting pay? Keon couldn't even afford a car, and he was seriously my favorite host on any radio station. He deserves $100,000 a year for sure.
Well, I'm not getting that where I'm going either. So
the word livable kept coming up in that letter. That's all I'm going to say. Moldy Tuna Fish says, will Beat the Book still continue? Yes, it will. Phil's going to be helping out, and our new guy is also going to be Dylan Cohen's new guy. So that show, of course, is still going to continue. Let's see. Bat Flipper says, listening to Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Yeah, he'll never have called it that. He won't call it that anywhere else.
No. I don't know if that name is trademarked anywhere, but they can have it. Whoever wants it, it's out there.
ASU Buddy says, can I apply for Keon's position? I don't see why not. Okay, I don't. Okay. No.
There's a door you're going to have to consider whether or not you want to open it.
Oh, careful.
Well,
Careful
CRC
now.
Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer. That doesn't mean I'm going to give you the email address. You're going to have to find that one on your own. No, I've got no problem with ASU Buddy. I got no problem with him. But, experience might help. That's all I'm saying. How
do we know ASU Buddy isn't experienced? They have a wonderful, Cronkite School of Journalism. I mean, maybe he's been there.
No, you're right. You're right. Do I?
ASU Buddy. I mean, he fits in right there. He cheers for the right school.
No, they're not. So yeah, you can find us on Indeed if you're if you really
Damn.
Just sure.
What kind of researcher are you? Find us on Indeed.
Yeah. Let's see. Big George says, wow, the body's not even cold yet, and people are already starting to try to wrangle for Keon's Premier League spot. Just wait for him to go first.
I expected that, to be honest. If it wouldn't be the fourth dimension if that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I'm not kidding. There is I'll tell you, we're not doing that, Moldy Tuna Fish. He says, whatever you do, don't hire Neil to replace Keon.
Neil.
Well, it's impossible because, like Jeffrey said, you want to have some sports knowledge on this show. And I don't know if Neil has any or not, but he won't say it if Jeffrey's on the show. So that kind of defeats the purpose of having Neil.
Yeah, he'll be very quiet because he's afraid of me. So
just clammed up. I've never seen another grown man do that in my life. He intimidated me, and
me
he just stopped talking.
My wife says I intimidate a lot of people, but I don't. It's not on purpose, and I don't even get it. So, Baker's Cocky Hen says, "Is Keon joining up with Bob Kemp?" Do you know who Bob Kemp is?
I don't.
Good answer, you son of a bitch.
No, I really don't. Who is Bob Kemp?
Donnie says, does this mean we actually get more Ralph after today? Oh, hell no. I mean, no. Ralph is he works for Harmon Solar. So Quiet Cannon says, hey, Keon, don't miss out on having kids. There's nothing like it.
I'm never having children.
Just,
I've discussed this with my girlfriend. We will not be having kids.
Why do people want to suggest that? You just don't. If you like sleep, money, free time, freedom, don't have kids.
Yeah. We have so many trips planned this year. There's no way. There's not a chance.
I love my kids. Once they existed, I love them and duty bound to take care of them. And I'll be a part of their life for as long as they'll have me. But I also love my dogs. So I'm just not feeling like.
So why does that?
There would have been an empty life. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But you do whatever you want to do. That's the thing. It's nobody's business, Quiet Cannon. If he wants to have kids, he'll have kids. If he doesn't want to have kids, stay out of his womb.
Exactly.
Doesn't have a womb. Jeffrey.
He's womb adjacent. Womb friendly?
No.
I don't know. Taco Kenny says, I like trying to make kids. We all like trying to make kids.
Yeah.
But I just want to find we should, I do. There should be like a valve. No, that's all I'm going to say. You can
There
turn
should just-
off.
There should be a valve.
Right. You turn that off. You don't have to worry about that. Then when you're like, I think it's time.
I think it's called a vasectomy.
I don't want them to cut in. I just want there to already be
To be
like a
be
nature
built-in.
valve.
Yeah.
God-given valve. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want it to be weird. Maybe it's like you crack your knuckle on your pinky, and then it's off. And then you crack your knuckle on your pinky again, and it's on. You see what I'm saying?
Why your pinky?
I don't know.
You have to. You have to be able to reach it, but it has to be. It has to be
Why your
easy enough
thumb?
to do, but not so easy. You're just
that you accidentally do it, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden you're like, "Oh, damn it!"
Mm-hmm.
I got ideas, but anyway.
Okay. All right.
Moldy Tuna Fish says, pretty sure Keon likes trying to make kids too. Is the actual act of having kids that he doesn't want.
bingo.
Mhm.
Beer Bob says, I just got into the car. What did I miss? Someone leaving? Yes, Keon. He said because Beer Bob has offended him for the last time.
Wait, now, hold on.
And
Yep,
I said-
today is his
I
last
said
day on air.
nothing of
Tired
the sort.
Beer Bob not being here on time when the show
Beer,
starts.
yeah, just like shows up, wants to know what's happening. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah,
come
I-
on,
I-
Beer
I
Bob.
said-
Specifically, Beer Bob and his incessant texts to this program have driven him crazy.
I have said nothing of the sort, Beer Bob. We're
Mhm.
very cool, Beer
Who are
Bob.
you going to believe, Beer Bob? The guys that are staying or the guy that's leaving?
That's a very good point. It's a
Mhm.
very good point.
Mhm.
That's a tough one to argue, to be honest.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll actually start the actual show. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Sports betting apps are not created equal. Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here to talk about the Sport Trade advantage. With higher payouts, Sport Trade is the ultimate sports betting experience. Sport Trade is the first sports betting app that gives you the option to see the odds expressed as probabilities, and it's changing in-game betting forever. If it's easier to understand 52% probability of winning versus minus 108 odds, then Sport Trade is for you. With this percent odds feature, cashing out now makes much more sense. As the win probability changes, so does the value of your bet. And if you're an experienced bettor and prefer American odds, you'll get pricing closer to minus 106 versus the normal minus 110, coupled with instant in-play betting. No more spinny wheels. So download Sport Trade today to see the difference and beat the book. Use promo code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet you place in your first week. Terms apply.
Sport Trade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Make extra money daily from your sports betting? Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here. You know, I'm always about finding ways to take sports betting to the next level. And that's exactly why I'm pumped to tell you about Edge Boost, the financial platform that pays you cash back to wager. Edge Boost is an online bank account that pays you for every deposit. With the Edge Boost Visa debit card, you're getting up to 0.5% cash back on all of your sportsbook, daily fantasy site, and casino transactions. That's free money back in your pocket just for doing what you're already doing. It's a no-brainer. Plus, your Edge Boost debit card starts with a $250,000 daily limit, and it will never be declined for gambling activity. They've got built-in tools to help you stay responsible, and there's absolutely no hidden fees or minimum required balances. So stop leaving money on the table. Visit edgeboost.bet to learn more and sign up today. That's edgeboost.bet. Once again, edgeboost.bet.
Hey, everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona. And they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the London Mortgage Team.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill, but you decide when you'll pay it. before the due date so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The Rich Eisen Show. Mike Pereira from Fox Sports. How does it sit with you when you hear the national conversation that the officials are in the Chiefs' pocket?
The fact that you're looking out for anyone, any team, any individual is a myth. It is an absolute myth. Those people that say that don't know a damn thing about officiating.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 10 a.m. on 1580. The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. No bat flipper. Babysitting me did not influence his choice not to have kids. Well, maybe it did. Did I have anything to do with that? No. Beer Bob says, oh, man, I'm going to miss Keon. Does that mean there's going to be no more Beat the Book? No, Beat the Book will continue. In the short term, Filthy Phil is going to fill in. That's what Phil does, fills the fill in. And while we find the new guy, the new guy will then, when we hire the new guy, he'll take over running that show and this show, and life will go on. So there you go. That's what you missed, Mr. Roboto. He says, what? Keon's going to the Warriors? Keon is not going to the Warriors, and neither is KD. KD says, I don't want that. I have no interest in going to the Warriors, even though everybody's talking about this is how this whole trade gets done. KD goes to the Warriors, this, that, them, and here we go. Here comes Jimmy Butler to the Suns. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I wanted to keep KD.
Yeah. And I think that any world where you add Jimmy Butler but lose Durant, you haven't actually gotten better. So I don't know what the purpose of that would even be.
Yeah. So there's some trades that have been going on. The Kings got Valanciunas from your team there, Keon. The Wizards, what did they get in return? They got Sissoko, and a couple of second-round picks. So you got some future, is what you got.
Yeah, and that's where the Wizards are right now. They know they're bad, so they're just stockpiling picks right now and trying to see if they can scratch enough lottery tickets to land on a potential star in the future. You know, they've got a couple of guys that they really, really like. They're hoping, obviously, to have the number 1 overall pick at the end of the season to get Cooper Flagg, but you still want other picks to be able to build out that roster. I actually saw last night they almost traded Valanciunas to the Suns for Nurkic, which I thought would have been great, to be honest.
I wonder why that didn't happen.
I don't know, but apparently that deal was very close and it fell apart at the very end. So it just didn't work out. But getting Nurkic off the roster would have just been nice, and you'd have a guy that probably is about the same, but cheaper.
Big Jake says Jimmy Butler is just an older, slower version of Beal, and he costs just as much. It'd be a huge mistake.
Older, slower version of Beal?
I don't think he plays quite like Bradley Beal at all. I don't think he's slower. He is older, though. That's true. But I just don't think that you have Bradley Beal and Jimmy Butler on the same team, because I think that the skill sets between him and Booker and Beal, there's too much of the same kind of game happening there. I don't know that works out for you well at all.
Bear Claw says, good luck, Keon. It's been a pleasure listening to you and all of your sports knowledge.
Thanks, Bear Claw. It's been nice just showing up every day and talking to the fourth dimension. I am going to miss that.
I think it's funny. He it sounds like he has separated you from your sports knowledge. It's been a pleasure listening to you and all your sports knowledge. I think that's his way of saying he thinks you Google everything. There's times I don't see him Google.
Not everything.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, Keon, you should do a podcast or something. You got followers here. Best of luck wherever you go, depending on where it is.
It's like there's certain places where it's like, nah, screw you, man. No luck to you there. But yeah, I'll think about it.
Moldy Tuna Fish says that Mike Pereira is a potty mouth. Someone should tell his mom. Oh yeah, I heard that in a Rich Eisen promo. Yeah. We're definitely going to file a complaint.
Yep.
Big Jake says, dang, I haven't been listening the past couple of days. Where are you going, Keon? Okay, we're only going to do this like once an hour. Or do we have to do this like every half hour? Keon's going someplace where he'll make a lot more money. That's all you need to know about that. But it's not radio, so we're not that mad at him. So anyway, so back to the conversation. So the Bucks have traded Chris Middleton for look at the Wizards involved again. Kyle Kuzma, and in Milwaukee, this is what was the point of this trade for your team?
For the Wizards, I think that it was to get Chris Middleton.
To get Chris Middleton in there, okay.
Yeah, and Middleton, like, he's not going to make the Wizards better. I think that they need a whole lot more talent before they're even remotely approaching an actual competent basketball team. But they are incredibly young, and I do think that one of the things that Middleton gives you is having a 13-year NBA veteran in the locker room who can start to show some of these young guys what it takes to be a pro. How do you prepare? How do you show up on game days? And the player that they drafted last year, Bilal Coulibaly, he's starting to really emerge and as a talent on that team. Him and Kuzma did too much of the same thing, so they move Kuzma. They get Middleton, and Middleton plays a lot like Coulibaly does, but I think would be a better professional to mentor him than Kuzma would be. And I think Kuzma gets to move to a place where like the games actually matter and the team is competing for something.
Fish Tank says, damn, Keon's headed out. I'll follow you wherever you go, man. If you got a show that needs music or something, I'm still your guy. Hey, Fish Tank, what if he's on a show that's directly across from our show and competing with this show?
It's not, because that's not where I'm going.
I'm just saying, but here he's offering all this stuff. You don't know,
Yeah.
Fish Tank.
Fish Tank, what are you doing?
The hell? Average Joe says, did you guys hear LeBron's post-game interview when he was asked about Luka and AD? He absolutely hates the trade. You know what he's going to do? He's going to say these things out loud because he knows Anthony Davis is going to see it. So he's just giving love. He's just trying to give love, trying to like, oh, I had nothing to do with it, and trying to stay out of the mess.
I don't think LeBron did this time. I just think that because Anthony Davis is his guy, that's his friend. And also I just think that the way that the two GMs went about this, they kept everybody in the dark.
Yeah. But LeBron's a flopper.
The Mavs GM was Nico was the one that called LA and said, hey, I want to move on from Luka. Are you guys interested? And the Lakers, not being insane, said, yeah, we're interested.
Don't ignore my claim. This is all because he's a flopper.
Maybe.
Because Luka's a flopper? Is that what you said?
Yes. So is LeBron.
So that you mean that it kind of ties in why LA would want Luka.
See? They're really flopping around like a bunch of fish at the Seattle fish market.
Yeah, there it is. Well, it's not Seattle, it's Los Angeles. Do they have a fish market in Los Angeles?
Probably. I don't know. I was saying like, I didn't say at.
Okay.
Moldy Tuna Fish says maybe Keon's going to AM 1230 KOI. Play some Frank Sinatra, little Dean Martin, maybe some Nat King Cole in there.
Wow.
Little big band. Yeah.
That sounds nice. Baker's Cocky Hen says, if you were getting in bed with the Lakers, you probably want the lights off too. That ain't wrong. Average Joe says, I kept telling you guys, Keon deserves a raise. Now look what happened. We're going to be stuck with another Speedo wearing little kid.
Yeah, well,
Phil has done some growing up. He has matured as a broadcaster, and his sports knowledge has also matured as well. And again, he's filling in until we find the next guy. I don't know who it's going to be. I know who it's not going to be like. Somebody said, why don't you call it? Don't you even finish that sentence. Don't you even finish that sentence. Walter Mellon says, Jeffrey, question for you. Is Jeffrey the only co-host to leave on his own accord and not get fired? I don't think we fired it. One guy. We fired one guy. And he was mad.
Oh, yes, he's still mad.
Yeah. So we had a guy, and then he left, and then we got another guy who is actually really good friends of the other guy. And then we realized quickly, oh my God, he's boring. And then the other guy was like, I made a horrible mistake. I want to come back. We're like, yeah, okay. So we had to fire the other guy to get the other guy back. Not happy.
Did that destroy the friendship?
A little bit. And then there were these passive aggressive tweets and posts for quite some time after
Quite
that.
some time, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Much to our amusement. No, that's the only guy. I mean, Kaler, he found his dream job. It showed up.
Yeah.
Which was oddly running a homeowners association. I never understood it, but hey,
incredibly difficult to believe.
Everybody's got dreams. Not all of them are the same. And then, of course, Phil has been the fill-in between stuff, as we've been trying to find people. So we haven't had that many guys, have we? We haven't had that many guys. We've done pretty good. I mean, it seems like it's a turnstile, but it's not. We've been pretty steady with this.
I would say so. Yeah.
Walter Mellon. So there you go. He says also, can Radio Ron push the salary cap to keep Keon? No. This is no. Not we don't want to, but where Keon is going. Yeah. Anyways, he says, you done great job, and it's been great to listen to you guys as a squad.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Randy, you ever think of us as a squad?
No.
Yeah, we're not going to adapt that word.
No.
Fish Tank says, when do we learn where Keon is going? When you run into him accidentally someday.
So somewhere around town.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Nowhere anywhere near as fun. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Donnie says, bring back Squid. Well, Squid sort of looked around early on and decided, I think I'm going to get a business degree. That's what happened.
Those were his exact words. He was like, I think I'm going to do business.
I told him, I said, you can do both. You can still get your business degree and still also pursue, broadcasting. And he's just like, no, I like money.
Yeah.
He was correct.
Just Devilhawk says that other guy you're talking about is the plagiarizer.
Squid?
Oh, no. Devilhawk. Wow. Deep cut Devilhawk. Wow. Now I get it.
Okay. Yeah.
Please explain during the commercial break.
I can't even remember the full story.
Oh, that was happening. Yeah, that was okay.
Before our time, but that's allegedly Devilhawk. Okay. That's allegedly. Bat Flipper says, wow, somebody was more boring than Eric.
Damn.
Swuzman says, whatever happened. No, we're not talking about that, Swuzman. Baker's Cocky Hen says, when will your LinkedIn be updated, Keon? It still shows CRC Broadcasting. Yeah, if you don't want these people to know where you're going, just leave that where it is.
Probably never, on account of the fact that I didn't need it to get the next job. So I hate LinkedIn. If I can be so honest, I just don't like using that website. Yeah. It's like Facebook, but somehow more boring. Yeah. I just if I can avoid updating it ever, I'll do that.
Quiet Cannon says, Keon, maybe your fellow workers down there, wherever you're going, who make the big bucks would chip in and buy you a new bumper for a going away present. Oh, he means me. I offered to buy him a bumper. I'm not buying a bumper for a guy who leaves.
Yeah, he did offer. This thing is, there's more with the car than just the bumper. The joke is the bumper. It starts with the bumper. There's so many things going on, and I don't think that car has much left in it if I don't start taking care of it soon.
Taco Kenny says, Keon, did you get a big city? This is a big city. We're in a city.
This is the 5th largest city in America. What do you mean? When I moved here, I said I made it to the big city. I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee before this. This is the big city.
Right. There's not many cities bigger.
Yeah, it's like outside of that, I have to go to New York to find a bigger. Yeah. No, thank you. And I don't want to be in New York or LA or Houston. Ugh.
All right. Now we sort of talked a little sports. Let's take a break. We'll try to come back and talk some more. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Terms and conditions apply.
Make extra money daily from your sports betting? Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here. You know, I'm always about finding ways to take sports betting to the next level. And that's exactly why I'm pumped to tell you about Edge Boost, the financial platform that pays you cash back to wager. Edge Boost is an online bank account that pays you for every deposit. With the Edge Boost Visa debit card, you're getting up to 0.5% cash back on all of your sportsbook, daily fantasy site, and casino transactions. That's free money back in your pocket just for doing what you're already doing. It's a no-brainer. Plus, your Edge Boost debit card starts with a $250,000 daily limit, and it will never be declined for gambling activity. They've got built-in tools to help you stay responsible, and there's absolutely no hidden fees or minimum required balances. So stop leaving money on the table. Visit edgeboost.bet to learn more and sign up today. That's edgeboost.bet. Once again, edgeboost.bet.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Hey, son, what you doing?
Looking around for jobs, offices, 9 to 5. I don't want anything boring.
You know, Brian's son is in the Phoenix Police Academy. Pretty sure he's not bored.
I never thought of that.
Check out joinphxpd.com and take a look.
Over 80 specialty details like detective and canine handler. What else? Dignitary protection, 911 operator? They have aviation and dive team jobs?
Rise to serve. Find more today at joinphxpd.com. Protect and serve with the elite.
Sponsored by the City of Phoenix.
If it's local, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and you might be right, Baker Scoggins. He says Squid saw Keon's card and was like, "Oh hell no, this is not for me."
He was a high school student who had a nicer card than me, so I figure that's a cautionary tale right there.
That wasn't his.
It wasn't his, but you're looking at your own future right there.
Yeah. Anyway, so we talked about the trades that did happen, and we still have no trade for the Phoenix Suns. As far as I know, as somebody actually keeping track of this stuff, let me know if anything happens. But KD doesn't want to go to the Warriors, which what do you make of all this? You got pieces that do want to move, pieces that don't want to move. You got Kyrie Irving who says, "I miss my hermano." I didn't even know he knew Spanish. But that means brother, Randy.
Huh.
He said that about Luka. He misses Luka.
Oh, okay.
Says he's grieving. He grieved so much, he scored 34 points in 42 minutes.
I guess.
Of course, they lost. So, I mean, that's why he missed his hermano. But, yeah, he's like, yeah, I know it's business. There's nothing I can do about it. He says it's above my pay grade, but not thrilled to lose his Luka. It's just like we weren't thrilled to lose Keon. So now we just got to figure out where all the pieces are going to settle into place.
Yeah.
So oddly parallel
yeah,
to what's happening right now.
Somehow, yeah.
I'm sure we'll miss our hermano at some point. You know, that's what's going to happen, Keon. We're going to find a guy. We're like, all right, he'll do. And then he'll be in here. And after a while, Randy and I will look at each other and we'll just be like, we miss our hermano.
And don't explain to him what that means. Just let that happen.
Yeah, that's his problem. So I don't know if I agree with Dennis Schroeder. on the way he's looking at this. I
At
don't
what?
I don't know that I have the capacity to say yes or no to something like this. So Dennis Schroeder, he's talking out of both sides of his mouth. When somebody was talking to him about the trades and what could happen, what might happen, what has happened, and he says, "Listen," he says, "I got my own team in Germany. I know how it works." Okay, pause. He owns a team,
apparently in Germany.
Wow. Okay, he says, "For me, it's a business. At the end of the day, okay, fair enough. Business is business." But then he turns around and says, "Well, it's not cool." He says, "It's like modern day slavery." What's happening right now with these trades is like modern day slavery. At the end of the day, everybody can decide where you're going, even if you have a contract. Of course, we make a lot of money. We can feed our families. But at the end of the day, stop saying that.
Yeah. What does that even mean?
Hate that. You're not coming to work tomorrow. You're going over there. They can decide that. They're going to change that a little bit. So he goes from saying, yeah, just getting traded to a different city. That's just a luxury problem. It's like first world problems. He says it's not a real problem. Moments later, this is like modern day slavery. Please don't.
He's from Europe, and I'm going to assume that he doesn't understand the gravity of what it is that he is saying. Because no, you had it right the first time when you first started talking. If you had stopped right before saying that, you would have been fine.
Yeah, because there are still slaves today, and they would disagree with you quite a bit. And I know you're saying, what? Where are there slaves? There are slaves in North Korea. There are slaves in Russia. There are slaves in the United Arab Emirates. There's slaves in Tajikistan, in Turkey, in Saudi Arabia, and other places too. There are slaves still to this day in existence who would probably like you to shut the hell up, Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah. Also, people in the prison system who can be
also
forced to work for corporations and not be compensated. This is a different scale of problem than I was playing in Dallas and now I have to play in Los Angeles, but for millions of dollars still.
Yeah.
Oh no, the horror.
Yeah. And also, there are still memories of what slavery was like in this country. So, yeah, Dennis, you need to shut the hell up and quick. You just got to quickly not talk anymore.
If he had said everything he had said before then, and look, you can still say like it's a heartless business. You can say that it's cold. You can say that it's callous. Like, yeah, I have my family here in this city. My kid likes it here. We've moved here. And now I've been traded. And now I have to figure out how to uproot my entire life. Like, you can talk about how cold this business is without going so far as calling it slavery when you were being compensated millions upon millions of dollars to play a game.
I think my analogy is more close. It's like that you're as an employee, you have to give 2 weeks, but your employer can fire you immediately. Same thing with the NBA. You can ask for a trade, but then then all of a sudden you're the bad guy, like Kevin Durant kind of pointed out. But if they decide to trade you, it's just business. Well, what are you upset about? Oh, we're just whatever. So yeah, I mean it's rough, but Dennis Schroeder, easy on the slavery. Sorry, Randy, go ahead.
So I was just going to ask Keon, because Keon, you grew up in a military family. You moved quite a bit. I mean, we've talked about it on the show. What was it like for you? Because I can almost equivocally say it's not anything like multimillionaires playing professional sports, moving their families. Yes, the kids get adjusted in one area, and they have their friends in that area. But it's not like what were some of your experiences, Keon?
Yeah, it was pretty rough moving around a lot. Because I remember being a kid in Texas, and then I was there for kindergarten. And then next thing you know, we're in DC and we're there for a while. And then I had my best friend Sean and LJ lived down the street, and we played football and basketball every single day. And then the next thing you know, we're moving back to Texas for me to go to middle school. And I miss those guys a lot. And it was tough. And, I had a lot of church friends there too, that I kind of reconnected with later, but I didn't have that opportunity at the time. And it was rough, and it's something that you have to do. And we weren't millionaires doing that. Also,
now you add millions of dollars in every toy you could have ever imagined wanting and having, it'd probably be a little easier, wouldn't it?
It does soften the pain a little bit, I imagine.
Fish Tank says, please make sure Keon's replacement is young enough to get some of my references so I don't feel like I'm texting into the ether. What references do you make that Randy and I don't get?
Yeah, listen, Jack.
You're
I'm
not
all
that
about
young
it.
either.
That's right. That's a ridiculous statement. I can
No,
talk
no,
young
no,
Slingo all the
You're
time.
not starting that up
And,
again.
oh my God, it's so ridiculous of you to do that. Give me a break, man.
I'd like you to undick, please. No more. Just no more. T-Licious says, how about Nurkic for Keon? Yeah, I don't think that you can just trade from disconnected and unrelated things.
Though, if I too could do Nurkic's job if he's not going to be playing. I could sit on the bench and wave the towel and clap for Kevin Durant too. I would do that. Phoenix.
Wait,
pick up
they
the
have
phone.
a position on
Matt-
basketball teams like that?
I mean, if you're a bench player and you're a good teammate,
Jeffrey, listen up.
Clipboard Keon.
That's what I'm saying.
That'll be his nickname. Clipboard Keon.
Just.
But he's like, I want the money that goes with it.
Yeah. That's the only issue there.
Mr. Roboto says the real reason for any sports news is to broadcast the name Shams Charania with no one really knowing how to say his name. Did I say it right?
You did.
All right. Well, there you go, Roboto. I guess I just proved you on that, I think. Hefty Lefty says, how long until Randy says bussin'? I don't know what that means. Should I not have said that?
You're fine, but I don't think that that's ever coming out of Randy's mouth.
What do you mean?
Don't give him any ideas.
What do you mean? Use it in a sentence.
I've just been instructed not to give you any ideas. I'm gonna let it go.
Keon, this is your last day.
Moving on.
This is the day you can do whatever you want, man.
Moving on. So,
text it to me.
The Phoenix Suns, even though Kevin Durant is probably doubtful with a made-up injury, they're taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder, which that's tough enough as it is without Kevin Durant. Of course, they've got some people dinged up as well, but it won't matter. This is not going to be fun. The Phoenix Suns are in absolute limbo right now. They have no idea what's next. It does play into your psyche when you're trying to play a game. And I bet they're all going to be kind of lackadaisical. They're going to be sort of going through the motions because they're just because it's in your head. You can't help it be in your head.
How can you not? It's everything is a little tense. As much as teams will say, oh, this guy's untradeable, that guy's untradeable. Unless there is a no trade clause in your contract, you are tradable. And, plans change. If the team suddenly feels tomorrow like, all right, maybe this isn't a championship team, we're going to blow some stuff up. There's no way to know that you're safe until that deadline hits and you're still in the same uniform that you always wear. So, yeah, it's going to play a factor, I think, pretty psychologically. And especially when you're a team that's trying to fight to be, in that play-in spot position and you're going up against a team that's basically cruising and they look like the class of the Western Conference.
Yeah. As you see all this, it also becomes even more apparent why we got to do something. I don't know what that something is, but we got to do something. Hefty Lefty says that bussin' is just slang for the Utes these days. It's nothing dirty.
Yeah, I know.
Why
It's
would we
kind of
call
like
young people
It's
bussin'?
it's kind of like the star player for Oklahoma City, STP. I mean, he's bussing. That guy's really good at basketball. That STP guy is really good at basketball. What? That STP guy.
SGA, I think.
Right, that's what I said.
Okay.
SGA, I said that. He's
Oh.
bussing.
No.
So I Googled it too. Randy, I Googled it too. So my lunch was bussin'. I had a nice ham sandwich.
Yeah. STP on Oklahoma City is bussing.
Can I tell you that's just dumb. It's a dumb phrase.
It's not a dumb phrase. It's just it's another one of those phrases that was
bussin'. It's
No,
like
that's-
a bussin'
that's-
going from
that's
here
what
to
it
there.
that's what it means.
I'm the bus driver.
That's what it means. But look, it's one of those phrases that was originally just black, and then everybody started saying it. So now it just sounds weird that everybody says it, and I think it's weird that everybody says it because why?
That was an African American term. Huh?
What
I had
for?
no idea.
So much American slang is, and nobody knows. And then it's
Well,
like, what are
and
the
then
kids
once
saying
we
these
know
days?
it's no longer like
Yeah.
okay, it's
Off
spoiled.
the hizzle for shizzle.
People go, oh, what are
See?
the kids saying these days? And it's something I heard like people say 6 years ago, just not white people.
Keon, you look busting today.
Thank you.
It just says, I don't know, I can't get behind this one.
It's one that just feels like a reach.
Yeah. Walter Mellon says it's slang for busting. Well, that doesn't sound good either. Mr. Roboto says, don't just stand there, bust the move. Yeah. Fat Flipper says, just let Randy cook. No, if you let Randy cook, the kitchen catches fire.
Yeah.
See, now that's what I'm talking about,
let
Jack,
Randy
right there.
cook.
I mean, just let me go, you know?
Average
Randy
Joe
with the pot.
says, I don't care how good the money is. I can't believe Keon is choosing Beth and Friends over 1580. That'd be a fitting punishment, I think, for Keon right there.
Wow.
All right, guys, hour 2 is next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
Hey, everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona. And they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
Think you can handle a few drinks and still drive safely? Think again. Buzzed driving is drunk driving, and drunk driving can land you in serious trouble. In Arizona, there's zero tolerance for impaired driving. Even one drink can cost you thousands in fines and legal fees. Plus, take away your driver's license. So plan ahead. Use a designated driver or rideshare. Get the facts at drivesober.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Some short timer sitting there in the control room.
Clock watcher.
Keon quit. There, I told on you. Damn. You guys are all on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I figured out why when Keon gave his notice that he was moving on to go do something that makes more money, that he chose today as his last day.
Why?
Well, if we were going to be broadcasting from the Waste Management Phoenix Open, it would have been tomorrow. I think maybe he was trying to avoid that.
I know, because I run the board. I usually end up being here, so I don't have to go to the chaos.
Well, no, now you can go to the chaos.
Well, that's true. That's
You
true.
could.
I've
Yeah.
actually gone to the chaos every year since since I've been here.
I still believe that Ron's going to walk in tomorrow and say, "All right, boys, let's get the stuff. We're going to go set up."
It's about how much notice we usually get.
You guys hit the air in 3 hours. We've got a whole booth to set up.
Well, no more free passes for you, Keon.
Yeah, I believe I did pay last year though. So
ever or
the
then
first couple of years were free. The last one was on me.
I didn't know that.
Was on me. Yeah.
Randy, no wonder he's quitting. So the Phoenix Open, it starts tomorrow, or did it start today?
Today's the celebrity event.
The Pro-Am stuff is today.
Right.
So.
Let's go ahead and do our picks, Randy. Not you, Keon, because you're leaving. Nobody cares what you think anymore.
No, I'm starting to get that idea.
I don't even know who's in the field this year.
Golfers.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I mean, what more do you need to know, Randy?
I have to look this up here.
Well, you should have already had this looked up.
I don't know if anybody listens to Jelly Roll, but he missed his tea time.
I thought you were going to say, I don't know if anyone listens to this show.
Oh, no.
Would
No,
you say he
people
missed
listen to
his tea time or he ate his tea time?
He was 30 minutes late.
Oh, he was eating. My guess is he was eating.
Also notoriously does a decent amount of drugs. Was probably that as well.
Yeah,
Some of that mixed in there.
I don't think he does anymore.
Oh,
No?
Have you seen the tattoos on his
I've
face?
seen-
He
I know, I've
definitely,
seen 'em.
he's
Yeah,
that
I've
man's doing drugs. Nobody has tattoos on their face that doesn't do drugs or hasn't done
Or
drugs.
hasn't, yeah. At some point in
Copious
your life.
amounts.
Oh, he's done copious amounts. Don't get me wrong.
So you're saying he's done.
He's
It's
done.
behind him.
Yeah,
All right.
it's behind him. Yeah.
When you see Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live getting his removed, now you know he's done with the drugs. That's when you know somebody sobered up and went, okay, so I had somebody doodle on my face for money. I've got to change my life.
I'm taking Hideki Matsuyama. I will take Hideki Matsuyama to win the WM Phoenix Open. He's a past champion there. He knows how to get around there. So give me Hideki Matsuyama.
I have a question.
Yes.
I see Scotty Scheffler there
Yes.
at plus 300 on the odds, but I don't
Yes.
see Shuffle. Where's Shuffle?
He's not playing there this year.
Why
Xander
isn't he-
Schauffele.
What is he not playing there for? How come he's
I
not
don't
playing?
think he likes playing at the Phoenix Open.
What a pansy. You know what? I'm not picking him then.
I don't think you would want to pick him because he's not playing this year.
I always put an accidental pick on him and Scheffler.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and put my incidental pick on Scheffler, but that seems too easy because he's the favorite to win. Now,
He
I
is.
don't think the favorite to win ever does win. So, I guess it's not that bad of an
He,
idea. But
he is the defending champion, and he is the number one golfer in the world.
yeah, whatever. I want to look down here where the value is, as D-Gen gamblers like to say.
Uh-huh.
There's a guy named Doug Gim at plus 15,000, but that
Wow.
name annoys me, so I can't do it. Ryan
Mhm.
Fox
Mhm.
sounds like a Chippendales dancer.
Yeah.
Adam Hadwin. Well, now he might have lost because there's no way he's going to make it.
Mhm.
Matt Wallace makes me think of Wallace and Gromit, so I might go with him.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Bud Colley. Bud. I'll let you know. Usually I've liked people named Bud, but then there was this one Bud who I believe is rotting in hell right now by the name of Bud Gerson. And that makes me not want to pick Bud Colley.
All right.
Alex Smalley reminds me of Stuart Smalley
Yeah.
or Jack Handy for some reason.
Okay.
Since I'm confused, I'm not doing that. Chris Kirk, Captain Kirk's cousin? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not seeing any like names jumping out at me. You know how that usually goes for me, right?
Yeah.
I see the name that jumps out at me, and that's the guy, Billy Horschel. He's at plus 9,000. I don't know. Ooh, I found one. Si Woo Kim. I think I've done that before. Si Woo
Kim. All right.
Si Woo Kim. But then there's
he's
at plus 8,000. But then there's Min Woo Lee at plus 7,000. Is anybody Asian listening? Is that offensive what I'm doing? Because if it is, I'll stop. I'm just having fun with their name. It's not.
I don't think so.
Okay. I don't want to aggravate the woos. You know, we have a woos listening to the show, so that's why I'm doing that. Not just. It's also a lot of fun. You should try it, Randy. Go ahead.
No.
Keon, you want to go? Woo! There you go. Your last day. You got to go.
Yeah, got to rip it.
Well, easy on the rip it.
Okay,
I don't think I can get up there. I don't think I can do that. Woo! I don't think I can do that anymore. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, you could. You're just trying to be all tough, like, oh,
no, I can't.
My voice is so deep, I can't.
Woo! See, I can't get up there anymore.
You got up there. That was as far as you needed to go.
That's as far as I could go.
I might go with Maverick Neely. Maverick.
There's a name.
Now, I'm not thinking, the 5'2" Scientologist Maverick. I'm thinking Brett Maverick. Remember that?
Yeah.
Who was that? The guy who played Rockford. Jim Garner. Yeah.
James Garner.
James. I called him Jim.
Yeah. Well, you guys were personal friends.
There's Spieth. I love Jordan Spieth, not because he's a good golfer, but every time I hear him, it's like somebody saying Spieth, and he's like, "Well, I'll say a few words." That's in my head.
Here's one that now this is okay. This is value at plus 12,000. Seamus Power.
Wait, that's not on my list.
That is
Seamus Power.
That's an incredible name.
There he is. Seamus.
12,000 plus 12,000.
That's a member of the all-name
Seamus
team
Power.
right there.
There you go. That's a guy. Doesn't that name stand out to you?
When somebody's Jewish, they'll say, "Oh, he's one of the tribe." But when you're Irish, you're like, "Oh, someone from the pub crawl." That's what we say. He's one from the pub crawl.
Seamus Power is in the field at plus 12,000. There's your value pick, Jeffco.
By the way, I just made that up. One from the pub crawl, so I can say when somebody's Irish. That's not bad.
Not at all.
Copyright Jeffrey O'Brien, 2025. Do not steal my ideas, or I'll sue you.
Yeah.
All right, Keon, go ahead. You want to pick one?
Yeah, I like Sahith Theegala.
That's a good one.
He's 40-1, and he finished in the top 5 last time that he played, and 2 years ago, I think he finished in the top 3.
I'll tell you.
I'll notate your pick, and if you are correct, we'll call you.
I'll tell you another guy. This is my value pick. I'm taking Sepp Straka.
Ooh,
sounds like strep throat.
Sepp Straka.
And how is he your value pick? He's like one of the top
4,500
in the that's not his value.
He's at 4,500. Right?
Value pick is way farther down the list, Randy. Way to go out on a limb.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, he's got to be further down to be a value pick.
Oh, you want me to go further down the list? So what indicates
mine is
value
Seamus?
to you?
I'm taking the guy Seamus Power at 12,000.
All right. Well, I helped you out with that, did I not?
Yeah, you helped point the way, but you need one that is not in the top 10.
Let's see. Okay. All right. I've got. I will take Billy Horschel at plus 9,000. How's that?
That's better. Why Billy Horschel?
Because he's at plus 9,000.
That's not fun at all.
That's not fun?
You didn't have a fun reason.
Because he goes by the name Billy.
Okay. Makes me think of like horseradish.
Yeah, he's not snotty or anything. He's not William.
Billy. All right, so your legit pick, Keon, is Sahith Theegala.
Yeah.
Randy's legit pick is Hideki Matsuyama.
Yes.
Well, see, I threw in my Scheffler because you remember I made all that money off of Scheffler. That would have been my pick, but I feel feels kind of dirty taking the the favored guy.
Well, he did cut his hand, and he did just start playing again last week at Pebble
all right,
Beach.
so there's a difficulty. Okay, that's my guy. That's my guy. He's injured. He's playing with a bandage. That's my guy. So who's
Right.
your value pick, Keon? You're going to have a value pick. Pick a fun name or somebody that, I don't know. You don't even need a reason. Pick one of the woos if you want. I might pick a woo. I don't know.
Let's go with Nikolai Højgaard. Yep, that's exactly because I knew you were going to do that voice. That's the reason why I picked it. Yeah.
That's a good pick. Yeah.
He's 110 to 1. So he's
Nikolai
probably not winning anything. But yeah.
All right, that's good.
But I knew when I saw that, I was like, I'm going to say the name. Then he's going to do the. Yep.
No, you know me. 3.5 years, you know me. Elzar of the Mountain says, where the heck is Leon going? Well, that's one of the reasons he's leaving. He did correct himself, though.
Leon.
No, the autocorrect doesn't like my name. Never been a fan of my name in particular.
Elzar says, you're not getting Filthy Phil back, are you? Sorry, I missed the first part of the show. Well, Filthy Phil is going to fill in because he's always been Phil to fill in. And as we do our search, you will hear new voices on the air here and there as we go and give people tryouts. And then as soon as we find the guy, then Phil will train this person. And then Phil will go back to what he's doing. And then we will retrain this person correctly. And then, we'll go forward with the Daily Blender. Is that pretty much what happened with you, right, Keon? We had to retrain you even after Phil trained you, right?
I don't think so.
Or who trained you? Was it him?
It was Phil. Just minimal training from Phil, but I pretty much got it.
Well, you came from radio, so.
Yeah. So it didn't require much. I just needed to get used to this board, but I knew how to run a board.
You know what I've always wished, and I've wished this for 1580 The Fanatic, whether it's this show or another show. I've always wished we could find a good female sports talk person, and they're out there. They are out there. For some reason, they listen to this show and they don't apply. But it has always been like my hope that someday we could get a female voice on Phoenix radio, for sports talk. If it's not this show, maybe a future morning show or something here. I'm just saying that has always been like a thing. But then my wife's like, oh, you're looking for a girl. No, I'm not. No, that's not like that.
No, it's the hard business if you're a woman to be taken seriously. That's why the overwhelming majority of sports broadcasters that are women are like sideline reporters. Talented enough to do more than that, but that's what's there.
Yeah, and I think it's fair that a woman might tune into the show and be like, they will never take me seriously. And I'm like, well, no, that's not true. We don't take ourselves seriously. And so people make that mistake. So, it's a shame. So I think it probably won't be on this show. It'll probably end up being on another show someday. But I hope for that. I do hope, because Phoenix doesn't have that. No other sports voice in Phoenix that I know of, I mean, I could be wrong, is a female one. That we need one. So I hope somebody out there, at Cronkite or somebody who's, been in the business or something, gets wind of this and, takes a shot at it. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Baker's Cocky Hen says Bob Kemp's old partner Kayla was legit radio host. I doubt you could afford her, though, based on Keon's car situation. It's not quite like that. Get Amy Lawrence, says Rough Rob. Amy Lawrence is our syndicated overnight talk show host on the Infinity Sports Network. She's good. She's fine. She ain't coming here.
Nope.
Taco Kenny says Mrs. Taco knows her sports. Only thing is she's too much of a homer. And she has a very busy schedule. But I would like a shot for Keon, please. You want to drink a shot for Keon, or you want to send Keon a shot?
Because I'll have to drink that later.
Yeah, he's not allowed to drink right now.
Yeah.
Beer Bob says minimal training from Phil. So he taught you everything he knew, huh?
Oh my God.
Moist One says, I'll transition if it helps. You do you, Moist One.
Wow.
But you just do it over there. Tia says, no extra Ralph. For the love of God, no extra Ralph. WTF, Keon Rosa de Guadalupe. We'll miss you, senor. No more three amigos.
It'll be a different three amigos, but I'll miss you guys too.
I don't think he's going to miss us at all.
Nah, I'm going to be doing much more boring work than I do now.
You consider this boring enough to say much more boring?
I don't. Well, no, this is fun. The other job is boring, but like real boring, like real boring.
Big George says, why not get Vanessa back from the Arizona Diamondbacks? You had her on your show back in the old NBC 1260 days. Wow, that's like, good God, over 10 years ago, Big George, I think. Yeah. And Vanessa's cool as heck, but then I think she's mad at me because we fired somebody who's good friends with her in the past. Not from this show, but from another show. So, yeah. Besides, she's doing really well on Channel 12.
Yep.
Fish Tank says, speaking of Seamus, I was at Seamus McCaffrey's downtown last weekend. My buddy ordered top shelf scotch, kind of being a little bougie. We got the bill and the scotch was $600 a glass.
Wow.
He had to call his bank to approve such a large transaction. And I hear the wife was not too happy when she got an alert about it.
Wow.
I had a couple of sips and I just thought it was fine.
That's how it usually is with things that cost that much money.
That's the thing. No, I would never, no matter how much money I got, I ain't spending stupid money. And that seems like stupid money because, they even talk about how vodka, I know it's different than scotch, but vodka, they're like the cheapest vodka in its taste test with the most expensive vodka. You have no idea. You'll never know which is which. So you might as well just enjoy the cheap stuff. Bear Claw says, Jeffrey, you were talking about looking for a car yesterday. Whatever you do, don't buy a Tesla Cybertruck unless you really want to look like a douche. Would never even occur to me to buy a dumpster on wheels.
They just look ugly to me. Before we even get to how they perform, which is worse than most trucks, they just don't even look good, in my opinion.
Donnie says, yes. Whatever it is Donnie said yes to 12 minutes ago, we naturally will disagree. Number one Rattlers fan says, look what I did today. He says, hi, Keon. Gonna go to a game with me now? He wasn't going with you before. He ain't going now, pal. He has a tattoo on his arm, and it says, I love Keon Rose.
Wow.
Not really. I was freaking Keon
I was like,
out.
wow, that's an unfortunate commitment for you.
No. It's for the Arizona Rattlers, and he's got the championship tattoo on there. 1994, then he has 1997, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2017, and then at the bottom, 2024. Seriously, they haven't won a championship in 7 years?
Yeah, there was a gap in there. Yeah.
Wow. Because they always seem dominant when
they are.
I mean,
they're always in the playoffs and they're always, going on these deep playoff runs, but just never got it done in that 7-year span until last year.
Rough Rob says Eric is still alive and available, right? Yeah, that's the rumor. It's Baker's Cocky Hen says, I imagine Kayla is going from Bob to the blender. What a change of pace that would be. Keon better be on Twitter more often now, though. All these very disconnected thoughts.
Oh, probably not.
Yes, it was a real job, man.
I wasn't avoiding Twitter because I was busy. I was avoiding Twitter because look at it. Just look at what's happening on there.
It's ugly there. Yep. Beer Bob says Jody Jackson. She knows her stuff and does some radio. Wait, isn't that a dude?
No.
Who's Jody Jack? Where is this Jody Jackson from?
She's with the Diamondbacks. She works Diamondback games.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I mean, look, like I said, we are going through the appropriate channels, and part of me just kind of hopeful that we get some female representation. That's all. Bat Flipper says, shot at Tequila Rose for me, please. I guess that's an honor.
Wow.
Swazman says, Lucy Burge from Boston. She's hot and likes to talk sports. I don't care what she looks like. I don't care about that. I'm not looking for a gal. That's the problem. I'm trying to be supportive of women in sports talk radio, and it's going to get turned around. I bet I'll hear from this when I get off the air too. I mean, my wife will, she knows better, but she's going to mess with me. I know that. She likes to just, when I say things like this. 602 Pats fan says, Keon, you're awesome. Good luck on your next gig. Take care now.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I love these texts that are like they're signing your yearbook.
I kind of appreciate it. I'm not
Like,
gonna
have
lie.
a great summer. Stay cool. Hamilton Porter says, so the word on the street is the Mavs are offering season ticket holders refunds. Wish the Suns would do that. Stop it. And yes, that is true. That is an actually true thing that the Mavericks have, and these aren't small refunds either. These are big ones. They sent out a thing that says that yes, they said we value every season ticket member's relationship, and the reps are available to take calls for questions and concerns. But yeah, people are starting to get word on that.
If they win a championship, that would be hilarious for all the people who pulled their season tickets and couldn't be there.
Yep.
Would have had the chance to go.
They won't.
They probably won't, but that is a competitive team though.
Fish Tank says, is that the second time you've referenced firing someone's friend on the show? Keon, I'd say don't recommend anybody you like to come fill in.
As long as I don't have the urge to come back and take that job back from them, I think they're all good.
Tells you what a class individual that was, right?
Actually, I want to come back. Yeah, I know that guy's my friend, but can I just, would you mind if I
just wipe your feet on your friend? Come on in. Slave Dave says, anyone buying one of them Tesla trucks is hoping for a remake of Back to the Future with one of those in it. They probably don't even go as fast as the DeLorean. I have no idea how fast the Tesla goes. And let's see here. Cardinal Art says Crash Gladys is hella good. Crash Gladys. Oh, yeah, I remember. I've heard of them. Oh, yeah, they did. Well, yeah. I didn't know they were still doing it.
Excuse me?
There was a show that was on another radio station where there was a female. It was a husband and wife team. And I guess I don't know. They were on some station that was very small. I don't think I ever actually listened, but I'd heard about them. Rough Rob says Keon must have won some big money off the Commanders to leave 1580 for some boring job. Yeah, he beat the book, and now he's like, I'm out.
I wish that was
Deuces.
Moist One is worried now. He says, this show needs sex appeal. You're losing the sexiest man in radio. We need some sex appeal to balance, to replace.
That is true.
I can be sexy.
You can.
What? No, watch. I'm unbuttoning the top button.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Bam.
Wow.
Randy's
ratings just went up.
Randy's dreams just came true.
The ratings just went up. I mean, wow.
Oh, that's funny. Devil Hawk. Is that actually you in the picture? But there's a picture of a guy, and he has an actual tattoo that says, I love Keon Rose.
Again,
I'll send this to you.
More uncomfortable for that person than for me. I am not famous. Why would you have that on you?
If that's actually you, Devil Hawk, you look a little like Phil, to be honest. Okay, listen, we got to take a break. We're way late. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
Make extra money daily from your sports betting? Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here. You know, I'm always about finding ways to take sports betting to the next level, and that's exactly why I'm pumped to tell you about Edge Boost, the financial platform that pays you cash back to wager. Edge Boost is an online bank account that pays you for every deposit. With the Edge Boost Visa debit card, you're getting up to 0.5% cash back on all of your sportsbook, daily fantasy site, and casino transactions. That's free money back in your pocket just for doing what you're already doing. It's a no-brainer. Plus, your Edge Boost debit card starts with a $250,000 daily limit, and it will never be declined for gambling activity. They've got built-in tools to help you stay responsible, and there's absolutely no hidden fees or minimum required balances. So stop leaving money on the table. Visit edgeboost.bet to learn more and sign up today. That's edgeboost.bet. Once again, edgeboost.bet.
Catch all the action of NCAA men's basketball, starting with the game of the week. Got it! Oh, wow! Then conference and regional tournaments, NCAA tourney, March Madness, and the championship game live. Fires from three. Oh, he hit it! Don't miss a moment on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for March Madness.
Today's Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. You're watching on YouTube Live. Randy and I were both like, did he leave now? There's no Keon. Psych! I guess we'll just play this music out and see what happens. I guess. Okay. So yes, no matter what happens, as much as we're trying to do an actual show today, it's all about the fact that Keon Rose is no longer going to be with the program after today. So Keon, if there's anything you wanted to say, you have exactly 1 hour and 43 minutes to say it. No, wait, that's not even right. My math is wrong. Like 1 hour and 3 minutes to say it.
I'm not gonna lie. Just
no, sorry. 1 hour and 13 minutes. Now it's 1 hour and 12 minutes.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna agree with whatever number you said. As previously mentioned,
we're getting off early today.
I do not count.
Yeah, we are.
wait,
no, we really are.
No, I think we really are.
Game.
It's like 15 minutes early, right?
Yeah, I already forgot what the game was though. It's the
Arkansas, Texas.
Yeah. And your team, the Texas Longhorns.
The
since you're leaving, I'm just going to scratch
powerfully average Texas Longhorns.
Just going to scratch my temple now because you're leaving. I think you're going to understand that.
It's very hurtful. You didn't have to do that.
Good. That was meant to be. So yeah, if there's anything you want to say, you better get it out of your system.
I think I said it. I mean, I'm going to miss the show. I'm going to miss coming in here and talking sports with you guys. I'm going to miss going back and forth with the fourth dimension, arguing with Ralph over everything. Apparently, yeah, I'm going to miss it.
I thought there'd be more truth, but okay.
I am going to miss.
No,
those
I feel
things.
like you've held back a lot, and that's fine.
What do you mean?
Write a book later, I guess. That's what I think is going to happen. There's going to be a book.
There's not going to be a book.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I said book, Hamilton Porter, not Doris Burke. She's not joining the show. That's too much sexy. Too much sexy.
I wouldn't be allowed on the show.
Yeah, no, me neither. Cardinal Art says she's on Mav TV. I don't know what that is, Cardinal Art. King George says you could just hire Kim and Don from Culinary Confessions. It's all about food. Well, that's why that's not going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
That and they're mad at me.
Yeah.
Random texter says, no. Does Keon's replacement require previous broadcasting experience or common sense or good sports knowledge to be acceptable? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I would argue those are the three most important parts of the job.
I'd say 2 out of the 3 would do. Common sense has never really been.
That's a good point.
It's actually gotten in the way a few times.
Yeah.
Raven Kid says, I just got out of class for the day. Is Keon leaving? What was your first clue, kid? Educated sports dude said, I'm sorry, 602 Pats fan says, please tell me you're not bringing back Eric. We are not bringing back Eric.
Why would that thought cross your mind?
It's a
Just
fear
curious.
a lot of people have, understandably. Educated sports dude. Yeah, I guess. Oh, are they still on? Okay. Moist one says the Texas Longhorns.
Don't rope us into your nonsense. Don't do that. We respect that the letter, the word, the article, the can be used by everyone.
Beer Nut says, "Where's Keon Rose going?" I'll tell you where he's going. He's going to the corner of Nunya and mind your own business.
A 9 to 5 somewhere.
He's working 9 to 5. I wish I could sing like Dolly Parton, but I can show you something like all
Wow,
my shirt.
second button. I mean, Randy,
I'll push them together.
Wow, look at that.
Did you ever think you'd see it?
Good night of living right there. Wow.
Devil Hawk says, Keon's goodbye sounds very heartfelt. Oh no, I'm gonna miss this place. So, yeah, so very much.
I don't. What do you guys want? You want me to cry? Like I don't understand. What
Yes. Cardinal Art says, Rosalie sounds good to me. Oh yeah, she's too busy acting and doing model and spokesing things and stuff. Yeah. But I don't even know if she knows how to run equipment. She can barely get on the phone with us. Just the Tip says, one of the best parts of the blender is how you replace big-headed, egotistical people. Yeah, well, that's not Keon. He's not talking about you, Keon. He's talking about we don't make the same mistakes twice.
Yeah, my hair is head.
Swave Dave says, wow, Keon, you couldn't even finish out the week, huh? Well, way to go. He says, just kidding. Best of luck to you. I put in my 2 weeks in a job once. They made me work the rest of the day, and then they let me go. That does happen. That does happen.
That does happen. Yep. Look, you're there. You can help.
Bat Flipper says, Keon, if you wait till March to start your new job, the guys won't work anyways in March, and you can double down on paychecks.
The opposite of that usually happens.
Yeah, March was never a good month.
March is like my worst month financially, just because I'm hourly. So when they're not working hours.
So Randy and I are like children where, when the kid covers their eyes and they think you can't see them. That also is the same. That's like, if we're not here getting paid, we think that goes for everyone else. Turns out it's not true. Our actions actually have a ripple effect, Randy.
Ramifications.
Yeah. Who knew? Hamilton Porter says, no, Keon, your team is just offended by people pointing their fingers downward.
I mean,
well, one of them was a thumb. Does that help? I mean,
yeah. And nobody cares that much. It's like mildly offensive. It's not, It doesn't rise to the level of if I saw someone do it at a bar, I'd punch them.
Do they take Bevo to the basketball courts?
No.
I mean, I wonder why not. Bevo needs to be in the basketball stadium.
Those guys who clean the floors would quit and protest. They're like, no.
Yeah, they would quit, but also Bevo's big.
He's very big.
I don't think the basketball courts have enough room. If he gets agitated, that's it for the whole front row.
That's too bad.
God, I wish they would do that.
You're just sitting courtside, and Bevo. I mean, you saw what happened to Uga. If Bevo gets upset, I mean, there goes the entire courtside row.
Oh
yeah.
Oh no,
whole courtside seats just wiped out in one fell swoop.
Moldy Tuna Fish says, did Keon just say he's going to work for a bank with a 9-to-5 job?
I did not say where.
He never said that.
Just that it's going to be a 9-to-5 somewhere, and it's not exactly how I drew up the story of my life, but
Baker's Cocky Hen says, put a uniform on Bevo, let him play. I think the ratings would go up for sure.
That's why. See, I told you guys that's why ASU lost last night, because they didn't take my advice and power forward. Okay, they should have played him last night. They would have won. They lost by 1 point. You mean to tell me that Cam Scattaboo could not have put up 2 points?
I feel like that was just some legit strategy on your part, Randy. And they paid the price.
Yeah.
And here's what it is. It came down to 2 missed free throws with 4 seconds left. You got 2 free throws. You can win the game. You can win the game, ASU.
Yeah.
And I don't want to pile on the guy who missed the free throws, but that was the game. Can they not teach the basic thing?
I don't know, but
This
I'm
guy
telling
just
you.
choke.
You tell me that Cam Scadaboo could not have had a greater effect on this game last night as a power forward. Now starting at power forward, Cam Scadaboo. Oh, my God. The other team, Kansas State, would just cash it in right there.
I think he might have fouled out 8 minutes into the first half.
Doesn't matter. Kansas State would be just stunned. It would be utter stupidity on their parts because they wouldn't be able to play.
Is it because Jaden Quaintance is the youngest player in Division One? Did he brick those free throws?
Well, nice. I think a part of it is that he's maybe the youngest, but also just guys have to learn that kind of thing. He is a freshman. He is, just now coming in, and he's one of those guys that played a different position and then hit his growth spurt kind of late. And I don't know, that just changed things for players. And so, yeah, I think, a little bit of pressure on top of being a freshman and not being particularly experienced. And at the college level, guys do tend to miss free throws more often than when you start to get higher up. Like most players in the NBA can shoot around 70-ish%. Like you're in college, it's not uncommon to see just 50% free throw shooters in a lot of places.
Well, apparently this guy's 0%.
Well, at least on that go round, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to pile on. I mean, I get it. There's a lot of pressure. Moistman, you're right. An insane amount of pressure. He says the way both shots hit the back of the rim, and that just shows you that this guy was just like a little freaked out right there. But Jaden Quaintance has all gone out there and just completely owned games. So,
he feels more comfortable around the basket. He's a big. He likes to rebound. He likes to play defense. Scoring is already not his main calling card. So you're adding now a high pressure scoring situation on essentially a kid.
Big George says a great example of Bobby Hurley being a great recruiter, but a horrible coach. Fire Bobby Hurley.
Okay.
Now, is that bad coaching that he missed the free throws, or is it bad practice and preparation by Quaintance himself? Maybe it was just pressure. Maybe it was none of the above. Maybe plenty of coaching, plenty of practice, and then the moment just was too big for Jaden Quaintance at that time.
But even if he comes to ASU as a bad free throw shooter, which he did, he was not a great free throw shooter when he got here. Between the beginning of fall when the season started and now, how much did you expect him to improve?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's something that you improve over time, multiple sessions in the gym shooting free throws. Even if he's been working at it every day, he's not going to be a significantly better free throw shooter now, but he might be in a couple of years. He might be in 3 years. Who knows? But right now, the guy that you got that just finished high school a year ago, that's the guy that you're with.
Rough Rob, that would be kidnapping. He says, the blender running through co-hosts again. When will it stop? Just lock Keon in the studio. First off, he was with us for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
I got to go back and look. That might be longer than the other guy. Although
it might be just wear and tear on Keon.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, that's a long time.
Just the tip, says Randy, got back from golf at Rolling Hills, underrated local course, fabulous 19th hole after the remodel. Ubered home safely. Still, could you pour me a nice Buffalo Trace?
Of course I will.
I'm still using. Remember Papa Mike back in the day?
Yeah.
He moved away. I miss him.
Yeah, I do
But
too.
Papa Mike gave me a bar of Duke Cannon Buffalo Trace soap.
And
I realized the wife loves the way it smells. I used it on special occasions. You know what I'm saying? And it's
special occasions.
Smells nice to her nose. So so every time somebody orders the Buffalo Trace, I'm like, I got that soap.
Yeah.
But I also have like mostly empty bottle of Buffalo Trace up in my cabinet too. So Amaya D says, to be fair. So long, Keon. Good luck. Well, this is kind of awkward, Amaya D, because we still have an hour left. So
there's quite a bit of show, but thank you.
Bye,
Appreciate
Keon.
Get out.
You don't say goodbye until the taxi shows up for
Yeah,
you.
that's-
You know what I'm
It's like
saying?
you're having a going away party, and then people tell you goodbye at the beginning of the party, but then you're still there's
seeing
still
them,
yeah,
bumping into them.
now we're talking like, okay, because you just told me goodbye, but like I'm here for another 2 hours, man. Like
Awkward. You know what we should do? We should take a break. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We've got a bunch more stuff to talk about. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
The GCU men's basketball squad is coming off their winningest season in 35 years, their third trip to the NCAA tournament in 4 years, and their first ever NCAA tournament victory. Returning 4 of their 5 starters in Ray Harrison, Colin Moore, Duke Brennan, and reigning WAC Player of the Year Tyon Grant Foster, the Lopes look to defend their WAC titles and make a run to the Sweet 16. With a non-conference slate including Stanford, Georgia, and crosstown rival Arizona State, you won't want to miss a moment of the action. So join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long right here on the home of the Lopes, 1580 The Fanatic. Lopes up.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
Multivitamins are your partners in health. Their nutrients are key to your daily well-being, especially if you're planning to become pregnant. A multivitamin rich in folic acid can help you have a healthier pregnancy and prevent birth defects. That's why the Arizona Department of Health Services is offering a free 3-month supply of daily vitamins with folic acid. To get your free vitamins, go to acdhs.gov/PowerMe-A2C.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Health Services.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Hear about Michael Jordan's son. Yeah, 34-year-old son Marcus had a little too much fun on Monday night. Early Tuesday morning, he got busted for DUI and cocaine possession outside of Orlando, Florida. All started when he got into his Lamborghini SUV and he got it stuck on some train tracks. And when the cops showed up, they're like, hey, you're slurring your words there. I mean, it's not surprising when you get your vehicle stuck on some train tracks that there might be some slurring words. So they gave him a field sobriety test, which he failed. TMZ got the body cam footage, and through the whole thing, Marcus keeps telling people that he disagrees, that he's impaired. He also makes sure to mention that hey, my dad is Michael Jordan. So he gets a little testy several times, never violent. At one point, while they're searching his pockets, he asked them if they'd also like to check under his nuts.
Come on, don't. You're just cruising for a bruising at that point.
As a matter of fact,
in Florida, right?
Yeah. I would not be that bold.
The old undercarriage, I guess.
As a matter of fact, spread your legs.
So the cops did find a small baggie of coke in one of his pockets. So he was booked on 3 charges: DUI, crash with property damage, possession of cocaine, and resisting an officer without violence. Then he got released a few hours later. And yes, he was wearing Air Jordans. So It was interesting because somebody was like, oh, Michael Jordan's son. Oh, he's on drugs. Oh, must be some trauma. Yes, I'm sure the trauma of being Michael Jordan's son is a lot to bear, being super duper rich all the time, unless he treated his kids the same way he treated everyone. Michael Jordan was probably a lot to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Can't imagine. Does anybody have any idea what he was like as a dad? Was he like a cool dad, a normal dad, or was he competitive with his kids? Did he like bet them their lunch money and then they had to go hungry that day? That sort of thing. I mean, I don't know what the word on the street is on having dad as Michael Jordan, but I mean, was he like Bing Crosby? I mean, I don't know. Don't know what the deal is. I don't know if there's any.
I don't know
because
he never put any pressure on them to follow in his footsteps or anything like that. And I do think that he knows what he was willing to do to be the best and to win and to stay on top. And I don't think he ever put that on his kids.
Right.
So
maybe he didn't put it enough, or maybe he put it too much. You just don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but he never forced them to play basketball. He said that they'd have to choose that. And if they wanted to learn, he'd teach them, but he was never going to say, you have to do this and you have to, play or compete at the level that I did. Just make sure you live a good life. So I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. The fact that Marcus Jordan was driving a Lambo, I feel like maybe his dad has been good to him.
Yeah. And also there are just business opportunities that you can create for yourself if your dad's Michael Jordan.
Also true.
You can figure that out yourself, even if he doesn't, if he doesn't help you, you can make it work.
You hate to find out it was a rental though. Oof.
I sure hope not.
Oh, no. Damn.
So Bat Flipper says, Keon, my life went exactly like I wanted. Yeah, earlier, Keon had mentioned that maybe his didn't. He says, divorced, 3 kids that don't listen to me. I'm obese. I'm an alcoholic. That's me living the dream.
Wow.
I've got a good life. I mean, I got to do radio for 10 years, which is I'm very grateful for that. I got a girlfriend that I love a lot, but also I need to be able to afford to continue to have a girlfriend. So that is important to me too.
And you never know where life will take you.
You don't.
He's like, F you, I'm never coming back.
No,
my life is not taking me back here.
I will not come back.
But you've mentioned
nice
on this,
platitude.
You've mentioned on this show that you're a sellout. Like that's pretty much where I'm at. I like I like doing things and I like having stuff a lot. So
what were you thinking?
I don't know.
Hamilton Porter's asking a real question, so I'm going to have to get back to you in a moment on that. The Jet says, anytime I'm doing a field sobriety test, I always ask the officer if they'd like to check under my nuts. Yeah, you never know. If you got a bag of planters in your pocket, they'd want to check under your nuts.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, can we make sure we get another sensitive person like Keon who gets upset very quickly and yells and scares young children who are listening? We can only hope.
You can't teach that.
Yeah.
You're either born that way or you're not. Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Moist One says, dude didn't even use his own kids in Space Jam. I don't know that I'd hold that against him.
I wouldn't hold it against him either. Most kids are already not great at acting. So the kids that are acting, just use those. Your kids are not going to go on camera and act better than an actor.
By the way, did they check the trunk of that car for Larsa Pippen? I feel like that might have been a good idea.
Oh, no.
Damn. Wow.
Moldy Tuna Fish says, at least Michael Jordan didn't try to shove his kids down our mouth in the NBA like a certain guy did.
The thing is, that guy, his kid wanted to play basketball. So that was even possible for him to do.
Right. Hamilton Porter says, Jordan was a compulsive gambler, so he probably gambled his kid's lunch away once he won it. I don't know. That's the thing I don't know about Jordan. Did he win? Did he lose? Did he win more than he lost? Did he lose more than he won?
I have no idea. All I know is that I don't think gambling ever caused Michael Jordan to run out of money.
No.
I remember listening to this one story with Charles Barkley where Charles Barkley talked about how he had all of these chips on the table, and then MJ walks into the casino. He sees the chips. He doesn't want to deal with, having to take out his cash and go get some. So he just went to Chuck's table and just started taking a bunch of his chips. And then Chuck goes, "What are you doing?" And Michael Jordan says, "Am I Michael Jordan? Do I have you? Can I get you back?" Yeah, I guess you got the money. You go ahead and take the chips, whatever.
That's a good friend. The Jet says, "Do I need to put an application in, or are you just going to offer me the job?" No, you got to put an application in. Go ahead and do that at arizonasports.com. Find the jobs section of arizonasports.com, and good luck. Yes, Bruno Baller, today is Keon's last show. We're not just threatening him like we used to.
which was a little scary at the time. It's like, I just moved here.
If I'm threatening you on air, I'm not really going to do it.
Yeah, I worked for a guy that did.
Yeah.
So that's the
which made it even more fun to keep doing.
It was a little traumatic. Yeah.
Hamilton Porter says maybe Phil Mickelson should take some pointers. I don't understand the reference. Is he a bad dad?
I'm literally about to Google. Is Phil Mickelson a good parent?
Baker's Cocky Hens is having a real hard time with you leaving, Keon. He says, feels like I'm losing a kid. Keon reminds me a lot of my oldest. The way you respond to things, the way you reason. You will truly be missed, man. Speedos from here out, I guess. Maybe I'll listen instead of watching. Okay, for the record, Phil he's grown up, and he's also never done the show in actual Speedos. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
No problem. Just the Tip says, Keon, serious talk. No joke.
All right.
Gonna miss you, man.
I'm gonna miss you too, man.
Hamilton Porter says, no, Phil Mickelson was a bad gambler.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He got in a lot of trouble.
Noticeably. That's why he had to go to the Live Tour.
Yeah. That's why he was one of the first guys to go to the Live Tour. It's like, okay, let's see if we can get some of these gambling debts taken care of. Yeah.
Those who can't play baseball. Rough Rob says, this is the worst. It's worse than the Luka trade, except for the blender is not getting anyone back. So Keon must be the Anthony Davis of the blender.
Except that I showed up to work every day is the thing.
Yeah.
Very frequently showed up to work.
Yeah, he was. I don't remember him taking sick days. I don't think you took any, did you?
I had a funeral to go to once.
Well, that's not the same. If it was your funeral, yeah. Moist One says Phil Mickelson is a bad gambler. Yes, we got that now.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Says sorry if you have to repeat it. I've been out of town for the last week. Well, you'd only have to have been out of town for this show. Keon is going on to another job that makes a buttload of money, and then we're going to find a new guy. So Phil is going to fill in while we go through the same process we went through when we found Keon, which is having guys try out and, seeing what happens. You guys get to be a part of the process. Well, not you, Jet. Squuzman says, the Phil Mickelson reference. Yes, I got you. 40 million he lost gambling. CK says, just tuning in. Keon's fired? Wait, what? No, if he was fired, you wouldn't hear him.
I wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
because you fire people. Usually, they tend to act in a way that you wouldn't put a microphone in front of their mouth afterwards.
He's going out on his feet, not feet first. So, in Whistling Gerbil, we're not divulging that information. Where Keon is going is just where he's going. It's not radio. Glendale Mullet says, but we know Keon is a Luka in the trade because he didn't show up drunk every day. Oh, you're not Luka because you weren't drunk. How do you know that, Glendale Mullet?
Because I hadn't heard that.
Interesting.
I'm gonna Google and see if there are any actual credible people reporting that. I don't think I've ever heard that.
Rainy City Bitch Pigeon says, hey, can't you just be a man and get a second job like the rest of us? Well, that's not fair.
This is already a full job.
Silver Pop says Keon is not the Anthony Davis of the blender. He was always picking up the slack when Jeffrey and Randy were doing load management.
Yes,
that's not wrong.
I haven't had longer than 4 days off in a row in 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm looking forward to having at least that in the next portion of my life.
Randy and I have had many days off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Raven Kid says, "Will Keon still be in the blender leagues next year?" That's up to him.
Yeah, I'll be around.
I'm not kidding about putting you in there.
Yeah, Jeffrey's like, I'll throw you in the Donnie League. I don't know.
You tell me not to, I will.
Put me in whatever league. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll put you in there with Raven Kid and Random Texter. I don't know. Sure. I'll let you have your choice. I'll let you have your choice.
Okay.
I'm not gonna destroy you.
I don't care. I'm pretty cool with Donnie, and I also like Raven Kid and Random Texter. Donnie's never come after me, probably because like Washington teams haven't been truly worth going after, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm cool with him.
Slave Dave says now Ralph has found his dream job on the radio. No, Ralph is not going to be on the blender. He's got his own show and his own life to worry about. Bruno Baller says, I can recall a few Friday shows where it was just Keon, Ralph, and Neil, and those are pretty good shows. Sorry to disappoint you.
There was one show where it was just me in the fourth dimension, and that was a fun day. It was crazy, but it was a fun day.
CK, Keon is not going to CTE ESPN. No.
No, thank you.
No. CTE
I don't want to be anywhere
ESPN.
near Antonio Brown when he finally snaps for real. I'll be okay.
He already has. He has already snapped for real. Ask the guy trying to deliver his stuff.
That's
you
true.
know?
That's true.
All right, everybody. We've got 1 40-minute block of time left before the game. It's the Daily Blender.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller. And Miller reverses it up and in. And he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Sports betting apps are not created equal. Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here to talk about the Sport Trade advantage. With higher payouts, Sport Trade is the ultimate sports betting experience. Sport Trade is the first sports betting app that gives you the option to see the odds expressed as probabilities, and it's changing in-game betting forever. If it's easier to understand 52% probability of winning versus minus 108 odds, then Sport Trade is for you. With this percent odds feature, cashing out now makes much more sense. As the win probability changes, so does the value of your bet. And if you're an experienced bettor and prefer American odds, you'll get pricing closer to minus 106 versus the normal minus 110, coupled with instant in-play betting. No more spinny wheels. So download Sport Trade today to see the difference and beat the book. Use promo code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet you place in your first week. Terms apply.
Sport Trade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner. It's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
People settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, Radio Pound, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room for the last time ever in this 40-minute span of time. The clock is ticking away till, here's funny, we're all like, till his radio career ends. Tomorrow we'll turn on the radio and we'll hear Keon somewhere. Yeah, what? I feel like, well, and we're like, well, that's fair. Yeah, you see, yeah, whatever. But yes, Keon Rose is leaving the show to get more money. That's all we're going to tell you. We're not telling you anything else, so stop asking. But it has been a pleasure having you on the show, Keon, for the last 3.5 years. I don't know. We got you during COVID, didn't we?
Right after.
Right
after. I started interviewing during COVID.
That's right.
And then I couldn't move because of the complicated nature of all that. So,
I was wondering because I looked back and I saw, because if you want a timeline of this show, you go on the YouTube page with the videos and you scroll down, and then you start to find. I think we started actually putting the stuff on YouTube just before you showed up or when you were trying out. So your very first appearances are on that YouTube page. And I saw you there a little bit, and then you were gone for a long time. And then boom, you showed up again. And I'm not quite sure what that was. I don't know if that was about us or if that was about you.
It was about COVID. It was like
it was like a 6-month period of time where we were talking to you.
You know, I interviewed with you guys, and I tried out, and I was in this little office using a tie line that I had in the at the Chattanooga station. And then you basically were like, all right, well, you do have the job. However, there's a whole bunch of COVID stuff that's going on that's going to make that messy and all that. So, yeah.
I don't remember the stuff. I remember we had a guy have his entire career with us during COVID, and I never met him in person. That was Kaler. And
Taylor quitter.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
we never met the guy.
Well, we did finally just this year at the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party.
Yeah, this last fall. Yeah.
Some big dopey lump comes over to me and is like, "Hey, Jeffrey." I'm like, "Who the hell are you?" He's like, "I'm Kaler." I'm like, "Oh, I don't recognize you except for this much." You know,
from the
video.
shoulders up. Yeah.
And by the way, he always said he was 6'5". I don't know. Now that I've met him, I don't know.
Debatable.
Although tall people have to bend over a little bit to talk to shorter people.
Yeah.
So maybe he
so
was
that might be
6'5".
it.
We liked him too. He was nice and everything, but he just happened to find his dream job.
Yeah.
About 6 months after he joined us. So whatever the case, Keon was here. Now he will not be.
And he'll be able to buy food and pay his rent and fix his car.
Yeah.
Medicine. And
my
everything.
landlord is really going to appreciate this.
Oh, are you getting benefits?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't even know what that's like. I've never had those before.
Me either. No, CK, that's not what that means. Some of these I'm not going to read out loud. Donnie slipped into my DMs on Twitter, and he's asking questions there. Dude, if I'm not answering your questions on the text line, what makes you think I'm going to answer your question like you're some sort of insider, like you're some pal? Come on, man. Don't send me messages like that. I'm not answering you there. T. Licious says, just an FYI, George Kittle won the 2024 NFL Salute to Service Award. So sorry, Keon. The whole show can't be just about you today.
Well, I didn't intend it for it to be. Just
talk more about George Kittle, Keon.
I mean, he won the Salute to Service Award.
We know that already, Keon.
I don't know what else more I can say about it.
Keon. You're fired.
Okay.
I've been told I'm not even allowed to joke about that because then you can collect unemployment. So I did not fire you. He says, in all seriousness, good luck to you, man. I wish you all the best. Gonna miss you on the show, he says.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss being here, man.
He's not gonna miss you very much, T-Licious, because you're a 49er fan.
Yeah, but I like T-Licious though.
No, you didn't. You told me off air you hate him.
I never said that.
It's true. I heard it.
I never said that.
T-Licious.
Do I roast 49er fans sometimes? Yeah, but on air, I'm pretty upfront about that.
On air, you're very happy with it. But
I'm going to try to make friends at your expense now.
Yeah, that's the thing is anybody that thought you didn't like them, You can win them back over by
You should
saying
hear what
that.
Keon said
Oh
about you
my
when you were
God.
here.
Oh,
man.
no, this is terrible.
Quiet Cannon says if Scotty Scheffler is allowed in the parking lot, I'll pick him to win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it's actually
thinking-
my
thinking
legit pick right there.
He'll be allowed in the parking lot. Yes.
We did our picks earlier, and my legit pick is Scotty Scheffler. Randy's is Hideki Matsuyama, and Keon went with Sahith Theegala. Why Sahith Theegala again?
Because he actually plays the Waste Management Open very well. He finished in the top 5 2 years ago. He finished or in the top 3 2 years ago, and in the top 5 last year.
He must have noisy neighbors, so he's like used to it. Doesn't bother him.
Doesn't
at all.
bother him at all. Yeah,
He has fun out there. I mean, at the Phoenix Open, Sahith Theegala, he has a lot of fun out there. He's a very gregarious guy.
Big George. I don't know. Your thing moved, so I can't. Okay, your text moved. It sounded 17 kinds of wrong, didn't it? Your thing moved. Oh, dear God.
Excuse me.
The Chosen One says, afternoon, gentlemen, just joining in after a great day at work. Could I have some Don Julio 1942?
Wow, fancy.
And now he has to come to grips with the fact that Keon's leaving. He says, I appreciated your insight. That day when Keon ran the show solo with the Fourth Dimension was epic. Best of luck in the future.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite days, just because I needed all the help that I could get. The Fourth Dimension helped carry me. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that a lot.
Radio Ron said, all kidding not aside, good luck, Keon. It was great to have you on the Fanatic team. Blender boys, all good to trash him starting tomorrow. Why wait?
Radio Ron, I don't know if you've noticed, we've already begun. I'm still here.
Yeah, you can't. I
can't stop you.
No.
Yeah,
What am I going to do?
I did not actually fire him, Ron. I did not actually fire him. So don't
No.
You know,
I'm a witness. He did not fire him.
The Jet says, also on a serious note, thank you, Keon, for doing an outstanding job. You'll be missed by the Fourth Dimension, as you've always brought a lot to the table to discuss. Thank you. Well, the reason he's leaving is we never wanted to discuss what he wanted to talk about.
That's right.
That's not a factor.
Hefty Lefty says, damn, it's the only Wizards fan I know is leaving. That's true. I don't know any other Wizards fan.
Well, that's because there are dozens of us.
Yeah.
If you look around, there are dozens of us.
That's like finding a 4-leaf clover right there.
There's like 6 or 7 of us really carrying the banner.
Hefty Lefty says, well, going to miss having you carry the NBA talk. Happy for your upward movement, though, hopefully. We're capable of talking basketball, and the new guy, well, who knows?
might also be good at
What do you think we're going to do? We're going to get a guy in here who's like, well, I only like MLS. That was Squid, by the way.
Yeah, which to be fair,
You dodged that bullet.
He filled in. He was not going to ever be a real member of the Blender, not with that base of knowledge.
No, we just
no MLS is happening on this show.
We had no idea what to even say to that kid
except
at
to
that
make
moment.
fun of the MLS,
Yeah.
which even then.
Number one Rattlers fan says, all right, Fourth Dimension, let's play a game. Where is Keon going? No, we're not playing this game. And no, he's not going to be the HR manager for Bourbon Street Cabaret.
No.
Stop it. Baker's Cocky Hen says, let's skip commercials for the last segment. No.
We got
can't
bills
do
to
that.
pay here.
Let's see what Radio Ron says.
We do.
No.
Well, that's true. This is
Keon can do whatever he wants.
I'm
He's
weed
got
for the
control.
last day, I guess, but you know.
Raven Kid says, Keon, since it's your last day, you can finally say all the listeners you didn't like.
I pretty much said that while I was here, though.
Well, Booger Wolf, I think.
Booger Wolf. And then, I don't know, there was that one guy that was either from Canada or pretending to be from Canada. And I told him that I didn't like him, and he has never texted in again.
Oh, that's right. I don't remember who that
I don't
was.
remember what his name was either. I was not shy about telling people I did not like them.
No, that's true. That's
Because
true.
I will say that to your face. If I don't like you, you'll know.
He doesn't like you, Raven Kid.
I don't have secrets. Raven
He
Kid.
told us in the break. he didn't
Raven
like you,
Kid, we're
Raven
cool. See, this
Yeah,
is
he's
exactly this is the nonsense right here. This
What are you
right
talking
here.
about? I don't understand.
When you leave, when you're gone tomorrow, all we're going to
Oh,
do
yeah,
is tell
no.
everybody, hey, by the way, Keon didn't like you.
That's how you're gonna know I'm still
Yep.
listening. It's just gonna be me on the text line going, no.
That's the theme of the show tomorrow. You guys know Keon didn't actually like you, right?
That's not true.
Don't be sad.
No, Jeffrey, read my text properly.
Nope, I ain't reading your text at all. Quitter.
No, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You do with all the you Arizona fans. You're just gonna replace all my.
I think
all my
we've driven
words with
them
yours.
off anyway. This is Wilbur, who, if he could see, he'd change it. You know, he would. So
You can see the dial.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's terrible. Wilbur's the nicest guy too.
Didn't think I was gonna get one more Wilbur joke, but
He's the nicest
There
guy.
we-
man.
of course you were.
there we go.
Against the Spread says, I heard earlier you're leaving the blender, Keon. Even though I'm saddened by your departure, I know you'll be heller successful in your quest in the sports media industry or anything else. You're a class act, a true professional, and your knowledge of sports and gambling is appreciated by all listeners. Best of luck, my friend, and feel free to reach out if you need advice on sports gambling. You guys got my number. Much love, homie. Hopefully you won't be replaced by some murderous horse killer douchebag. Again, for like the last time, don't worry, that ain't happening. We're not.
I guess that's not happening. But no, I appreciate that against the spread, and I, the gambling knowledge I gained over my time working here. I did not show up with that, so you know, people like you helped a lot along the way.
Hey, against the spread, Randy and I are still here. Just saying.
So you'll still
We-
get
we
those
like
picks,
you, even if Keon doesn't.
Why do you keep saying that?
I know Keon had a real big problem with against the spread.
I never had a problem with against the spread.
Swazman says my two biggest memories of Keon will be one when he auto picked a first round draft pick, and the other was the Friday where he did the show by himself. You're a good dude, Keon.
When I auto picked Cooper Kupp and ruined my entire season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just hate my life.
That
whole
Flipper
season,
says
I hated my life.
Keon, in all seriousness, I've been listening for 6 years. You've been here for 3. Great job. You complimented Jeffrey and Randy well. Wish you nothing but the best, except for in the NFC. Go Niners.
Same to you.
Hamilton Porter says, all right, Keon, last hour. What do you really think about Jeffrey and Randy?
I really like Jeffrey and Randy. These are my
Well,
guys.
if you did, then why are you leaving?
Money.
I don't care.
Money.
Yeah,
As I have mentioned on
That
more
makes
than
you-
one occasion.
That makes you a whore.
That is correct.
We are.
And I,
We are
ne-
too. We are
I,
too.
I never,
Yeah, no,
I
that's-
never denied otherwise. Yeah.
Bruno Baller says, too bad Keon's not getting fired. He might make more money collecting unemployment. Well, clearly you don't know how unemployment works. It's not how that
That's
works.
You can't make more.
Swave Dave says, Jeffrey, you'll never get any women applying if you keep saying when the new guy comes in. Ooh, that's a good point.
New
That is
person.
a good point.
New person.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's fair. That's fair. I didn't want to put like when we post the job, women welcome to apply. Ooh, that sounds all sorts of rapey, doesn't it? I don't think I need to even say that.
Just a little condescending too,
Yeah.
somehow, even though that's not what you intend.
Hey, ladies. Like, no, we're not.
Ladies, feel free to apply.
Mm-hmm. Gamecock says, is Keon leaving? Really? Are you doing tryouts? Well, for qualified applicants, yeah. And he says, Keon loves the Gamecock.
Excuse me?
The football team, I'm a
Don't
fan
think
of.
he loves.
I like that team. Yes, I
Love is a big word.
Yes.
I would say
Moving
I like that team.
Hefty Lefty says, more Wizards fans or Charger fans in the world? Chargers fans. More Chargers fans.
I don't know.
I've met other Wizards fans. I've
Yeah?
never met another. I've
only met
Chargers
two
fan.
Charger fans. One on the show here, and one
Yeah.
I met in life here outside of radio.
I think we got a handful of Charger fans. We've only known one Wizards fan, and it's Keon.
Well, no, there's another Wizard fan that texts in.
Who?
I can't think. He just texted
Yeah.
in not
he
not
didn't.
long ago. Yeah,
No,
he did.
no, Hefty Lefty had some Wizards stuff that he gave to me
Yeah.
when I first got here, but I don't think Hefty Lefty is a Wizards fan.
Just getting rid of gear.
He was just like, oh no, I got the towel from this Wizards game I went to, and then he also had this this bag that he gave
Yeah,
me.
by
that
the
was
way, don't leave that in the
Washington,
office.
Washington Bullets.
We don't want to see that when we come in.
Oh no, it'll be gone.
Yeah, make sure
This
that's
is just a
out of here.
complete eyesore to you all, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Make sure only your
Yeah.
stuff leaves.
Yeah.
Well, that was I presumed that. Yeah. Ah, you know
But
what?
here's the thing.
Just
You
help
do-
myself to just various whiskey in Jeffrey's office. Hey, don't mind
Well,
if I
that's
do.
the thing I was trying to head off at the pass.
I have my own whiskey now.
You know, you should steal.
I'm a big
You
boy.
should steal at least one thing.
Yeah.
You know, nothing we'd miss, but something.
Just something. I don't know what that would be, but
if I guess and I call you and I want it back, you got to give it back though.
Okay.
But if I don't
if
notice,
you can't figure out what it is.
I think you should.
See what I can do, I guess.
Quiet Cannon says, I don't know what's worse, life without Keon or life without football.
It's life without football.
Yeah, it's gonna
Like,
be
you-
life without football.
There was a blender before me. There will be a blender after me. When football is gone, there's just kind of no replacement for football.
What do you mean?
But at least we know football's coming back.
Yeah.
Keon is
Not.
he's going out for some cigarettes and he's
Yeah.
never coming back.
Never coming back. Yeah.
You say it like that. That's
We have separation anxiety. The Jet says, Fourth Dimension gets to pick Keon's texter nickname. No, you don't.
No, you don't. Hey,
Oh.
we don't trust any of you with that responsibility.
Well, Keon just gets to be Keon Rose. You know, he's earned that. Unless he says, hey, I want this as a texter nickname. Do you want a texter nickname or are you just going with your actual name?
I'll just go with my actual name.
Big George says, will Keon still listen? Probably not. Will he text in? Doubt it. I'm answering for you. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, no, because it's going to be a 9 to 5. I mean, most of the show will be done by the time I get out from work.
You know, we're online at 1580thefanatic.com.
I understand.
You know your
do
generation
realize
puts those earbuds in and you don't listen to nothing.
It's
Buffalo Mike says, good luck, Keon. Why did it take you 3 years to figure out there's no money in radio? They didn't tell you in the interview? I might seek out representation. He says, just kidding. Best of luck.
Oh, no, it took me much longer than that to figure out that there's no money in radio. I
There's gonna be a
did
class
this job for
action
10
suit.
years. And I was somehow paid worse at the place before this.
There's not as much sympathy for this as there is, say, Camp Lejeune. Is this not the same?
Because the Camp Lejeune just sounds ominous.
Mm-hmm.
I jumped into a career that is not financially viable long term. Is not quite. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
At least it doesn't give you cancer.
Everybody in my family told me this is not going to make me money, and I said no.
I bet
Follow
we
my
figure out a
dreams.
way to get Keon to come back someday.
Oh.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, oh, come on. You can't go anywhere, Keon. You're the one of the best ever. I've never had a problem with he says, just kidding. How's that a problem? How's that just kidding? Come on, Keon. You can't go anywhere. You're one of the best ever. I never had a problem with. And he says, just kidding.
Just kidding. I had
So,
all the problems with you. Screw you. I'm glad you're leaving.
Heavy Metal Maniacs, when he's in his feelings, he doesn't text well, but he says, good luck to you, my friend. And everybody wants to know where you're going. We're not telling. So, and why are you leaving? Well, we figured out what he does when we're not there, and he knows he needs to leave.
No, it's because it's because
There's the new rumor will spread.
There's the new rumor.
Sir, put cameras in, and we wished we didn't.
You gotta stop saying that.
Moldy tuna fish. That's a good idea. He says, will Against the Spread be joining Dylan Cohen on Beat the Book?
Hey, now that would be a match
Boy,
made in heaven
yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Probably got to get them connected.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
But if Against the Spread comes in, we'll have to re-disconnect the cameras. Silver Pop says, Keon, how about you continue to do the show and just make yourself an OnlyFans page? Randy and I tried it. Doesn't work.
Yeah, no.
You have to be a very attractive woman for that to really.
Excuse me.
For that to really work. The OnlyFans. It's not a. And even then, it seems like it's a lot of hard work trying to. I don't know. Promote yourself. I'm not interested in any of that.
Here's all you do, just like right here.
Just
unbutton the top button.
Top
right
button.
there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Money.
Yeah.
Niner 1680 says, will Keon pick a texture name like Keon the Quitter? No, because we already have Quitter Kaler. So if he does come up with something new, it's got to be different.
Keon should just be sexy.
No, I'm not reading that.
Sexy
No.
says.
No.
Sexy Keon says.
It'll probably be
no.
Wizards related, just to remind everyone I'm the one Wizards fan you know.
Gandalf the Dark says.
Gandalf the Dark?
Right. That would be perfect.
What?
That would be perfect for you, man.
What's wrong with you?
What?
Of all the things, I just didn't expect you to say that.
Come on, that's creative.
Well, let's spend some time with that during this next break.
Well, okay.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I don't
This is Brent
understand.
Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Brought to you by GBank. Earn cashback rewards on every eligible gaming transaction. vsin.com/GBank. Subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply.
A few of the prop bets for Super Bowl 59 on Sunday in New Orleans. Patrick Mahomes to record 2 or more passing touchdowns is minus 180. Jalen Hurts to throw for over 200 yards in the game is minus 140. Jalen Hurts to score a touchdown, minus 120. He had 3 in their win against Washington in the NFC title game. Patrick Mahomes to record 6 rushing attempts is minus 120. It's even money for Jalen Hurts to go 10 plus rushing attempts in the game. Patrick Mahomes to throw an interception, plus 110. Jalen Hurts to score 2 touchdowns, plus 450. And the Chiefs to record the first sack of the game, minus 130. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Sports bettors, we've all been there. You have a live bet lined up, you check the odds one more time, place the bet only to see the bet delayed by the spinny wheel, line move, and your bet rejected. My name's Alex Kane, and I'm the founder and CEO of Sportrade, Arizona's newest sports betting app. At the core of the Sportrade offering is our probability-based odds. In other words, the Cardinals may be offered at 55% odds to win, a lot simpler than minus 125. Place your bet at 55% odds, and as your win probability changes, so does the value of your bet, giving you the ability to cash out with total control. And the best part, no spinning wheels. Live bets on Sportrade are instantly accepted. Download Sportrade on your iPhone today and use code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet in your first week. Terms apply.
Sportrade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
Looking for a gift for your kids or loved ones? Consider getting them something they'll use for the rest of their lives. An education. Open an AZ 529 education savings plan today. Contribute just $50 a month, and they'll have nearly $20,000 by graduation. Plus, your money grows tax-free and can be used for college, vocational school, or workforce training. An AZ 529 account will help them unwrap their full potential. Learn more at az529.gov.
This message is sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
The Weekend Warriors are hosting a super duper Super Sunday pregame show.
And you're invited. Join us on February 9th from 9 to noon at the Spot Neighborhood Grill in Glendale.
Of course, we'll talk about the upcoming big game. We'll have special guests and great audience giveaways.
And you'll get to meet me in person.
They'll get to meet all of us in person.
Yeah, but I'm the best looking one of the bunch.
Anyways, join us as we broadcast live from the Spot Neighborhood Grill on Bell Road in Glendale.
February 9th from 9 to noon before the big game. Right here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Baker Skoggy Hen says, Randy getting fired on Keon's last day. Huh, interesting turn of events. I did not see coming.
What are you talking about?
It's fine. It's fine. It was Wizards related. I mean, that is true. Bat Flipper has another idea. He says, how about you call yourself Wiz Your Kids? That doesn't sound very good at all, Bat Flipper.
Jeez, you guys are making fun of my name. God.
Zay says, Keon, you'll be missed, brother. You've been my favorite over the years. Brandy and I have been here forever.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, I guess.
I'm gonna say co-host. Amend that for you. Yeah.
Beer Bob says radio can't be as bad as having a career in the beer industry. What are you talking about, Beer Bob? We all envy you and your gig of just constant beer related activity.
I have a friend I hosted a show with back in Tennessee who was in the beer industry, and that man just goes to music festivals all the time. That's it. That's all he does. So he does nothing else. He seems to be living a very good life.
I read this thing today. Beer Bob, you'll appreciate this. I read this today, this historical thing, and I guess there was this really huge fire in Dublin, and like a whiskey distillery burnt down, some surrounding things, and there were several deaths, but most of the deaths were not from the fire. This is back in the 1800s. Most of the deaths were because when the distillery caught fire, all the barrels broke or this, whatever, and whiskey flowed out into the streets, and then the Irish people started just drinking it right off the street. And a bunch of them got alcohol poisoning and died because they just drank so much.
Is this true?
This is a true story.
Oh, come on.
I'm not making this up. I was reading this and I'm just like, why do I tell people I'm Irish? Made me very sad.
Boy.
Speaking of sad, Quiet Cannon says sadness has really set in now. On Monday, we're going to be stuck with Jeffrey and Randy to analyze basketball. There won't be any more football for Keon. Jesus Christ, Quiet Cannon, we've been doing this this show has existed as a sports show since 2014. Keon's been here for 3 years of that. We will discuss those. But, to be honest, it will be bad. It's not going to be good. We won't have a grown-up. But we've gotten through this before. Yes. We're working on getting a grown-up. Bruno Baller says, there might have been a day when Keon worked a morning show. What? I think he filled in like once or twice. And he says, yeah, he did the morning show, the midday show, and the blender all in the same day. Thank you for all your hard work. Best wishes on your next adventure. He's like, yeah, that's why I'm quitting, by the way.
No, he's saying that was the best paycheck I ever had.
Yeah, no, I mean, those most hours. I mean, it was hard work that day. And then
is that what full time is like? Oh man. Kiss the Cook says Keon's leaving. You mean I got to listen to Zero Diversity Radio now? We've got you. Here's the Cook. We have you.
You're part of the show.
Yeah, we have a lot of diversity on the text line. That's got to count for something since you're the fourth dimension, or as I say, the fourth co-host. Listen. If diversity happens. I don't know. I have no idea what is next. The option is open for all who come and are qualified, and we'll see what happens.
So I do appreciate getting my my chance to work here because I felt like I was qualified to work at other places I've applied, and I just didn't get those jobs. And when I heard the people they hired instead of me, that was very interesting. That was fascinating. That I lived in the South and they hired a guy from Philadelphia who never watched a day of SEC football in his life and had no idea what to talk about. And then he quit 7 months later.
Remember when I used to tell everybody that you were the only one who applied? I was lying. I didn't want you to get a big head.
I wasn't going to.
The Jet says, Jeffrey, I'm glad you make Ralph work weekends, but I wish you wouldn't have run off Keon. I didn't run off. Randy did.
Yeah. What?
Wait, what?
Randy also did not run me off.
Oh, Prison Wallet. Here's what Prison Wallet just texted in. Start. Yeah, you're going to have. He must have accidentally.
Yeah, it's very easy to do.
Send another text.
Start.
I don't think that
Resume.
your texts are coming through. Resume is a good one. Yeah, it's not working for some reason yet. Let me just hit refresh. Right. Baker's Cocky Hen says, not a lot of musical festivals in AM radio, Keon, huh? Shocking. What does that have to do with it?
I don't think that has anything to do with it. I worked at an AM station back in Chattanooga. We went to plenty of music festivals.
You're talking about the flamethrower, the 50,000 watt flamethrower?
Chosen One says there's a semi-famous saying about why God invented whiskey, and it was so the Irish wouldn't take over the world. Well, if God existed, he would not have had to work that hard.
Did he?
If it weren't whiskey, it was going to be something
He
else.
should have probably come up with a drink for the Germans on account of they tried twice.
Somebody was saying that the God actually cares who wins the Super Bowl. They were actually asking people, and I'm like, to coin a phrase from Ricky Gervais, why would the God who let the Holocaust happen give a crap about your Super Bowl? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not thinking that this is going to be a problem. God's going to be watching the game too, so I guess, hey, go ahead and skip church. If God cares about who wins the Super Bowl, that means he's, you're going to have his feet up, bag of chips, watching. Join in. He's not going to be at church that day, is what I'm basically saying.
Yeah.
Randy, so basically, you go to morning church, God will be there. You go to afternoon church, he won't be there.
You're on your own now.
So, yeah. And people are actually saying that they think God determines the winner. And 19% of people think God picks the Super Bowl winner.
That's 1 in every 5 people. That's
so
a lot
there
of people.
is
that
the
just
collusion and betting that we've been talking about.
Is that just in the United States?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's not the wow. The Chiefs appeal to the big ref in the sky. You know what I mean?
God is a Taylor Swift fan, evidently. So let's see. Heavy Metal Maniac says, can't you just give Keon a raise so he can stick around? It's not my department. I wish we could. Dr. Roadmap says, congratulations, Keon. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Donnie says, Keon, we'll meet in the new future when our teams play each other in the NFC title game and laugh at the Colts and Cardinals fans. I don't think you'll meet. Jonesy says, appreciate all the takes and laughs, Keon. Wish you well and good luck.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for listening.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, how have you and Randy survived this long off of radio personality salaries?
We stay hidden.
We're in a different kind of bracket. We also have Amazon stores where we sell things.
That helps. Little supplemental income.
We got a lot of side hustles.
So many. Silver Pop says, Jeffrey, did Keon really quit, or did CRC Broadcasting step up and send him to anger management classes, putting him on hiatus?
That's a good one.
That's a good. You know what? That was probably going to come. That was probably going to come.
Wait, was it?
I don't.
Quiet Cannon says, Keon, this new job of yours, will you be getting paid?
Quite a bit. That's why it's happening.
Kiss the Cook says, sad day. Keon just run off. Oh, we didn't run him off.
I was not run off.
And again, everybody, just let me say this really loudly one time. We are not bringing back Eric. Stop worrying about it and asking about it.
Wow.
Against the Spread says, hey, I can come in for Beat the Book when I'm on breaks for summer, spring, fall, and holidays. I'm a teacher, so working the show every day, that's not going to work for me. I teach economics. By the way, the only thing that's consistent in life is change. The Daily Blender will live on. I will still text in, and Keon will go on to achieve greatness. I imagine if Ralph left the show, nobody'd give a damn.
Oh, my God.
All those nice things.
Wow. It was so kind. And then it was just like, let's just take this particular gun and aim it at Ralph for some reason. I like Ralph, by the way. Me and Ralph have always been cool. Ralph's been nothing but kind to me. Just to be 100% clear about that.
Yeah, well, I'm still on the fence. So. Lacrosse guy says, oh no, Keon. He's the only one that pretended to like lacrosse.
I didn't pretend. I did actually watch a decent amount last year.
Yeah, I've not been pretending. I just if it was ever in front of me, I'd care. Baker's Cocky Hen says, God does love homemade Pop-Tarts, I heard. Swifties and Kellogg's for the Super Bowl win. Cardinal Art says, do we get Raven Kid as Keon's replacement? No.
That's just a quick,
didn't even finish asking the question before he answered the question.
That kid's got some sports knowledge and stuff. You just gotta work on fully congealing into a human man. You know what I'm saying? And he's just a kid.
Fully congealing into a human man.
Yeah, that's all.
I like
in a mean way.
No, I just it's a great sentence. I like that sentence a lot.
So Moist One actually saying something nice and heartfelt. He says, "Dear Keon, as you embark on this exciting new chapter, your voice will be deeply missed on the airwaves. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and passion with us. Wish you all the success in your new adventure. Enjoy, Jaden Daniels."
I appreciate that, man. And
I'm waiting for the creepy.
This is
kind of weirdness.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's the Moist One. He gives you normal, reasonable texts, and you're like, wow, that's insane and very insightful. And then the dirtiest joke you've ever heard is coming
probably
45 seconds after that, typically. So I appreciate that.
Let's move on before he gets a chance.
Before we get there.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, "What kind of format are you going to have? Are you going to be out of sports station? Where can we listen to you, Keon?" Keon is not going to do radio. So
there's nowhere you can listen to me, though. If I decide to drop dumbass opinions on Twitter, I suppose you can still find them there.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, "Feels like our dog died or something." A rough day here.
Not sure I understand that one, but
we'll appreciate your work, Keon. You'll be missed. Quiet Cannon says, "Jeffrey, what are you doing if Ralph applies for Keon's job?" I'll answer the phone like this. "No habla español? ¿La habla español? Superman's not here." Yeah. CK says, "Jeffrey, when you take one of your 360 days off, will Keon be invited to fill in?" He would be, but he probably won't be able to. Supergirl says, "Keon, a.k.a. the Lonely Wizard. You're awesome and will be missed. Wishing you the best. Go Commandos."
Thank you. Also, that is a good texture nickname right there. The Lonely Wizard.
The Lonely Wizard. Sleep.
Kind of like mine before.
I just added the Moist One touch. The Lonely Wizard. Sleeve. Latina Leprechaun says, "I just tuned the show on and heard Keon's leaving. Say it isn't so. You'll be dearly missed."
It is so, but yeah, I'm gonna miss it here.
Hamilton Porter says, "Just so you know, Keon, we did not say these nice things about the last co-host that left."
Wow.
That's true.
This doesn't happen
Taylor?
often.
There was no, the other guy.
Oh,
there was no outpouring of. It was more like this. "Oh no." Well, anyway, it was very much like Jeremy Clarkson on Top Gear.
Wow. Oh man. I don't know.
No. Anyway, Silver Pop says, "Keon, did you just say it takes Moist One 45 seconds to start bussing dirty texts?"
I did not word it that way, even remotely. No, did not. Nothing of the sort.
Moist One says, "The Lonely Wizard. Why don't you whip out that wand for the last day?" No, he's not. Why don't you even
there
say
it
that?
is.
Keon,
There it is.
Keep that wand in the dark. So here we are with 2 minutes left, and I have no idea. Oh, you know what we got to do? We still got to do On This Date. So let's do that real fast.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history.
Back in the year 1934, a day before Babe Ruth's 39th birthday, future all-time home run leader Hammer and Hank Aaron was born in Mobile, Alabama. The slugger, who finished his career hitting 755 home runs playing for the Milwaukee Braves, Atlanta Braves, and Milwaukee Brewers, surpassed Babe Ruth's record of 714 runs in 1974. Back to me, Jeffrey.
Yeah, and you know what's a funny fact on that one, Jeffco? Hammer and Hank hit it off a Dodger pitcher named Al Downing.
Okay.
He hit it off a Dodger pitcher.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, he got a lot of hate mail leading up to that. That was not a fun time for Hank Aaron, but he got it done.
Yeah, he did get it done. Good for him too.
Rough Rob says, on Keon's behalf, Chattanooga's nice.
Chattanooga is nice.
He's not going back to Chattanooga.
It's weird, but it's nice.
What's the weirdest thing about it? Is it like Austin weird?
It's like Austin weird. Yeah.
That's a good
weird. Yeah. They've got some really, really good restaurants there too.
Against the Spread says those 19% of people that believe in divine intervention in football games can't be helped. If God determines the outcome of football games, why does Notre Dame always get their ass ripped on a national title game?
Well, that's true.
The Catholics
Maybe.
go out there and just get buried. Yeah.
So maybe, just maybe, touchdown Jesus doesn't give a crap about football.
Maybe.
I believe God cares about the people. I don't think he cares about the outcome.
Actual Jesus does not care about touchdown Jesus.
Which, by the way, we are not allowing anyone to have the texter nickname Actual Jesus. Before you even ask.
For reasons I hope no one has to explain to you. But,
Keon, it has been an honor and privilege to serve alongside of you. All the best to you, my friend.
Thank you, Randy. It's been nothing but great with you guys, and I'll miss you.
At least now you won't get interrupted.
Well.
Not on live radio.
Not on live radio, but it's a customer service thing, and it's going to happen.
I was going to say, you do have a girlfriend, so. You know what? Good luck to you, Keon. You're the smartest sports guy we've had so far, and we do wish you well. So, don't forget to clean up after yourself before you go.
Yeah, it's pretty messy.
Yeah. All right, guys, it's it for Keon, but we'll be back in your radios tomorrow at 3 p.m. Coming up next, basketball is the Daily Blender here on 15.